You're about to once again witness live streaming history. All of you about to play the toughest game ever devised. No saves, no helps, no multiple choice. The pressure once again is on, and this is again 500 questions, part 2. Good afternoon. Welcome back again to the 500 questions arena. We are back once again to wet your whistle with 500 more. Oh, I've got lots of audio going on. 500 more questions. And a very interesting situation because we do have a carryover player in the form of Lucario with a 332 question streak so far. Hi, I'm here. Hello there. I am Ash. If you're not familiar, I do this kind of thing usually on Wednesdays and Fridays, but this is a special raising money for Mind UK. Now, if you'd like to play this game, there's going to be a room code in a moment, and here it comes. VVZF. Now, requirement is you need to be able to join me in voice, join me in Discord if you want to do that. If you do not meet that requirement, then all you can do here is just watch along and cheer from the sidelines. But if you would like to try your hand at being a hot seat player later down the lines, then enter in the room code of VVZF and you'll be entered into the temporary lobby, as it were, and will one of you be picked at random later down the line as we go through the stream to be in the hot seat. You're expecting CZZB again? Yeah, we got VVZF this time round. There was an idea to go for mine, but I completely forgot to add that in last minute, so decided to leave the lobby code as it was because it worked. I don't want to mess around with it, essentially. But welcome back. It's been a while. It was back at the end of season 3 when we were here, and now we're at the end of season 8. Hello again. Goodness me, it has been a while. But you all voted for this with your Duke coin to make it happen, and here we are right now. Look at all of these wonderful avatars as well. I've decided to populate it with all the followers that I've had over the past few years. Unfortunately, not enough space in the studio to have all of you sitting, so I've had to pick about 400 of you out at pseudo-random. But if you join the lobby now, and there is a space for you, then we'll sort of take you'll get to sit down while someone else gets to sit out for the time being. So you will get to sit in somewhere so long as you join in the lobby to play the game in voice. But don't enter the lobby if you do not have voice available ready to go right now. I would please prefer, if you can, sort your audio out right now or whenever you join the lobby, just so that we can expedite you coming in and out, because we're going to be here a while. We've got 500 questions to get through in one stream, and we don't want to keep the stream delayed too much for people messing around with technical difficulties and stuff. I know that sometimes it does happen with Discord, but the sooner we can get those things sorted, then the better the stream will be. We can nicely streamline the entire process, and we can have a lot of quizzing action all in one go. How do you back out the lobby? You should be able to just say leave, and you should then be removed from the lobby. In that case, DVD Smith. Also, what it will do is it will just remove you if you don't say anything at all in the Twitch chat after a certain amount of time. I've changed the command from last time where you had to say the word here. Now you can just say whatever the hell you want, and it will keep you in the lobby, as it were. But if you say nothing in the lobby for an extended period of time, then it will just boop you out, and you have to rejoin. But yes, if you say the word leave, then that you remove yourself from the lobby being picked for now. That's fair, DVD Smith. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. Right. Well, as I say, this is raising money for charity. If I bring that overlay up like so, this is raising money for Mind, a UK mental health charity. Absolutely wonderful mental health charity here. 100% of the donations you make through the Tiltify page will go directly to Mind, and then it is their duty to pay the platform costs that are for Tiltify. So go to the link there, tinyurl.com/500QS donate. You can also use the !donate command or !charity command, and that will bring you a link in Twitch chat there that Ralph has just used in Twitch chat there. Or if you've got one of those fancy, smartphone things and you want to scan the screen, then you can also scan that QR code to go to the donate screen on your phone as well. Any of those methods will suffice. That's the wrong button. I want to press that one button there. So yeah, this is the second foray, and thank you, may I say, right at the front of everything, thank you to all of the questions question writers for all the questions we were about to receive this throughout the day. I was about to say this evening. That's normally what I do on streams, is evenings. But no, this is a full-on day we're doing here. So thank you to all the question writers. You will be credited at the end, and we will also talk about the sort of the headline players in terms of who's written packs as we go through them. And also, may I also say a big, massive thanks, please, to the proofers who have been essentially all the way up until about 30 minutes before I went live, proofing the questions and tidying them up and getting them essentially stream ready. We did the last dry run questions literally last night. Finishing at about 1 in the morning. David has been an absolute trooper working through the night. He did have a bit of a nap, but he did work through the night, just finessing the grammar on the questions, ready for today. So it's just been crazy. Thank you again, proofers, for your phenomenal help throughout all of this and just water tightening everything for the stream today. I need a bit of a sip of water while I'm thinking about it. Do hydrate while you can throughout the entire stream, like I'm going to be doing. I also need to do one other thing. Let me go on to it on the iPad here. Yeah, I've got an iPad here as a separate screen for my own benefit, because I've got lots of things going on 3 screens that I actually need a 4th, really, to make things work better today. There was a noise earlier. That was a follower, and that follower was, if I can have a look at my screen down here, the follower was Amazing Akita. Thank you very much for that follow there. Appreciate that. And also need to go to the donations, because we've had some donations since the last stream. In order, we've got... another ding has just literally happened as well. Let me go through the ones in stream order that we missed. So Clive, who donated a total of £125 off stream about an hour or so ago. Not sure if he'll make the stream today, but Nerly, best of luck from this side of the Atlantic. Thank you very much for the very generous... Hydrate indeed. Thank you, JB. Thank you for the £125 donation there, Clive. I know you probably can't hear me right now, but very much appreciated going to mind there. Do go and have fun with the roller coasters, which is what you're doing right now. I know that's much higher priority than Viral Questions is. DMC with a £50 donation. We'll be dropping in and out throughout the day, but best of luck to Ash, and massive well done to all the question writers and proofers for this mammoth task. Here's a little something from me for an amazing course. Thank you very much, DMC, for that wonderful £50 donation. Anonymous with a £10 donation. Thank you very much. And DVD Smith also with a £20 donation there. Good luck today, Bash and players. Sorry I can't be around all day for it. All the best with the stream. Thank you very much, and hearts to you too as well. We're going to be here for like 12-13 hours, so yeah, if you've got real life stuff to do the real life stuff. We'll probably still be here in the evening if you are around. Yeah, do drop in and out as necessary. But I know there are a couple of people out there that are trying to do the full stream like they did with Ben's 14 plus mammoth one with almost everything stream. So it's going to be interesting to see how many of those are trying to go for the badge of honor and watching this entire stream as well. Obviously, I'm going to be doing it because I'm here hosting it. But yeah, if there's any viewers out there that are going to be doing the rest, we'll see what happens. One other thing I need to do, going back to the Tiltify page, is I need to activate some incentives. So now I have activated 2 wonderful incentives for the first set of 100. You've got 2 options. You can donate £5 and I will read a question in the pseudo style of Richard Quest, who has a very sort of gruff voice like this, so I just sort of add a bit of this to it and, you know, basically ruin my voice right at the beginning of the stream. An alternate option is a £20 donation, and you can make me say words, and what I'll do is I'll say some set of phrases or whatever up to a certain number of words. You should be able to enter that into the charity thing, and I will say those things. Just obviously within Twitch terms of service, etc. like that. Don't go crazy, and I still do have the right to refuse if for some reason I don't want to say it. So those are there available because we are trying to reach the £1,000 target. That's the first milestone we've got. That is for me to play against Ben for another duel battle in the Duel Royale arena. We are very, very close to that already. £733.38 currently already donated to Mind UK. So we've only got a 200 odd to go there until we get to that first milestone. The second milestone we have got is an Ask Me Anything stream later down the lines. 1500, 2000. If we can reach that, then I'm going to bring the trumpet back out again, and we'll do Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, where I control a bomb with a trumpet. Yes, you heard that right. If you've never seen that before, there's a clip on my channel on me doing that ages ago, back when I did Keep Talking Nobody Explodes stuff, and I will resurrect that if we get to £2,000. Right. Enough said about the charity for the time being. We will, of course, come back to that as we go through the stream. We have the procedure of welcoming our first player this evening. Now, I did mention their name, and hopefully I'm going to press a button. If I press that and hide that away, and I press this button here, then we should be welcoming in, as our first player today, Lucario. Let me unmute my... Am I muted or unmuted in Discord? Let me quickly check. I am... I don't even know where I am. I'm on stream. Hello there, Lucario. How you doing?
It's been a while. How's it going?
It has been a while. It's last time would have been in the duel arena, wouldn't it?
Yes, it was.
Holy, my goodness me, it's been such a long time, but we are good to see you here, and also great to see you here with regards to continuing your streak. So, 332 questions is what you're currently sitting at, Lucario. I mean, going back all that way, did you ever think you'd even get to that far?
I don't think I'd even thought I'd get to about 5 or 10, really. I mean, I just showed up sort of out of the blue, just saw a link somewhere and jumped, and then made the game, and then got on a bit of a streak. But I mean, all the time I was thinking it surely can't continue here. And I think that's my mindset this morning as well.
Yeah. Well, you are here, and you are 168 questions away from completing the 500 questions. Do you think you can go 168 more questions?
I don't know. I think the first 10 minutes is probably likely to be the crucial part, getting back into the swing of things.
You need to get back into the swing of things before, yeah, exactly. Especially when it comes to bringing in the challenge-style questions. Let's quickly actually cover the premise of 500 questions for those who have not seen it before. So, what Lucario is going to see in a moment is a board of 10 categories. He'll get to freely pick which category to go for. There will be a question behind that, and Lucario will have 10 seconds to give an answer. He can give as many answers as he wants within that 10 seconds. If he gives me the correct answer within that, then it is a correct answer and we move on. If, however, he cannot give me the answer within 10 seconds, that is a strike on the board, or as Richard Quest would have said, a wrong on the board. Now, if at any point you get 3 wrongs in a row, then I'm afraid you are... God damn it, why did the button not work? Then you are... There it is. Finally, the button is actually working. We don't want that to happen. Anytime you do get a correct answer while you have strikes or wrongs on the board, we clear those strikes away from you, so you're back on 0 strikes. Now, there are also some challenge-style questions. First of which is a triple threat. That one is asking for you to give 3 correct answers in the 10 seconds. And if you can do that, then you add an extra amount on top to your total. Normally, it's 1,000 for a correct answer on the first bounce. On a triple threat, it is 3,000 for a correct set of answers. But again, if you don't give me all 3 answers within 10 seconds, then that is counted as a wrong. The second one is a top 10 challenge, where we ask you to name 5 of 10 things within a certain subject, and you have 15 seconds to do so. If you can do that, then you successfully get the 1,000 and clear any strikes. If you do not, then it's a wrong on the board. The final one is a battle where we absolutely require a second player to join the game, and you take turns giving answers, and whoever fails to answer first will then, well, in the case of Lucario, as the hot seat player, will get a strike, and in the case of the sideline player, will be dismissed from the game. A top 10 challenge can also be taken by a sideline player at the decision of the hot seat player. So if Lucario decides that he doesn't want to face the top 10, then he can delegate for the hot seat player to take it instead. In that case, obviously, the roles are sort of reversed. If this sideline player can get the 5 of 10 correct, then Lucario will get a strike on the board. If the sideline player cannot get the 5 of 10 right, then they will get dismissed from the game. So that is pretty much all of the mechanics of the game. You'll see how it all works as we play out. We've got a lot of questions to get through. I'm going to take another sip of this water. And I'm going to ask you, Lucario, are you ready to continue your streak?
Sure, let's do this.
Let's see how we go. Let's load up our first set of 50 for you. This set of 50, if I go to my notes, which are in a completely different and completely illogical location for me, is actually written by the wonderful David J. Bodicum. So yes, we are starting out with some proper quiz pedigree here. So good luck, and here come your first 10 categories. We have architecture, famous quotations, on the radio, astronomy, European royalty, how stuff works, combat sports, herbs and spices, South America, and bees. Those are your first 10 categories that you are facing. I'm just going to quickly check my donations to see if I've got anything to catch up with. Not right now. Okay. Let's get straight into it. 332 questions so far on the board. This will be your 333rd questions. Which would you like to start on? Which category?
Let's start with South America, please.
Going to start off with South America. Oh, you know what I've forgotten to do is take that little ID display off, which we don't want anymore. Let me quickly turn that off.
They're everywhere.
I completely forgot that was still on. Not that it matters to you, because you're not able to access those anyway. Where is that in my wonderful scene system? Extra render targets, question display, canvas, question ID text, turn you off. There we go. You can't see that number anymore. Okay, so 10 seconds will be on the clock after I finish reading this first question for you. Good luck, Lucario. Here we go. What is the only South American country whose usual short form name in English contains a letter S? 10 seconds.
Suriname.
Is correct. Nicely done. In fact, I need to press that button instead to give you the $1,000 on top as well there. There it is now, 259,000 fake dollars in the bank there. First of our 500 in the game, and that was your... Oh, goodness me. 333rd. We've got all the threes now on the board, which is what we like to see. And we continue on. Next category, please.
Okay, let's try on the radio, please.
On the radio. Question is... Which former boy band member currently co-presents the Magic Radio Breakfast Show with Harriet Scott? 10 seconds.
Zayn Malik, Harry Styles, Liam Payne. No, I don't know.
Don't know that one. It's a strike on the board. Not what we like to see so early on in this set. Anyone in chat know what the answer to this one is? I'll give you a couple of seconds, Twitch chat, if you've got an idea what you think the answer is. We have some people getting it right. It is Ronan Keating we're looking for there, who was signed to the Breakfast Show in September of 2017. It is a wrong answer and a strike, indeed, Samster. Yes, well, we need to clear that strike as quickly as possible. So, where are we going to right that wrong?
Back to South America, please.
Let's go back to South America. Oh, and it's a battle, so we're going to have to invite someone along for the ride here for your first battle. Now, let's find out who's it going to be. Your first competitor is Scooter Dust. Scooter Dust has been picked, apparently. So, would Scooter please make their way to the green room? We'll very quickly audio check, and then we'll get into this first battle for you. Not really what you wanted to see in the first couple of questions, is it, Lucario?
Not really. I mean, on the radio category I picked, because I knew I was bad at it, so I thought if I get a really strike, then I can wipe it off. But obviously, in battles are a fair bit harder than just a regular question.
Very much so. Scooter Dust, welcome to the studio.
Wow.
How you doing?
Good. It has been a long time.
Hasn't it just? Very much so. And you are the first to try and demolish Lucario here in this first battle. Do you think you can do it?
Well, consider the last time I was in a high battle situation here, and I was I had just woken up. I haven't gone to sleep yet, so maybe that will help me here.
Well, we'll see what happens. I've just got a donation that's coming from Zeusless. £100, no less, Zeusless, saying many heart emojis, heart, heart, heart. We'll be hiding in the corner of the pub later, pretending to watch the rugby, but actually watching all the questions, what we love to see. Well, thank you for the £100 donation. That's immensely generous there, going to mind. Thank you, Zeusless, for that. We're now on £853.38 on our current charity target. I think there was also another noise that happened. Oh, goodness me, I'm setting all the things on fire. I think there was another noise that came through. There was a hydrate from JB. Thank you, JB. Appreciate that. And we're moving on then. So we're going into this battle. Let's dim the lights. Now, Lucario, as you are the hot seat player, you get the decision of whether you would like to lead or follow in this battle. What would you like to do?
Follow, please.
You are going to follow. So it's good to us. You're going to be answering first, and then Lucario will answer afterwards. Wait until I give a ding or a wong as to whether you continue answering or not. Good luck to you both. Here comes the first battle question. Name the 20 cities of South America with the largest agglomerated urban population. This is according to the latest data or estimates compiled by Global Geographia. Scudidus, you are answering first. 5 seconds.
Rio de Janeiro.
Is correct, yes.
Sao Paulo.
Yes.
Santiago.
Yes.
Buenos Aires.
Yes.
La Paz. No.
Not on this list, I'm afraid. La Paz in Bolivia is actually 27th on the list, so does not feature in the top 20. Oh, goodness me. A swing and a miss there, and our first battlee there against Lucario failing. Does mean we write that wrong, add another 1,000 to Lucario's total of $260,000. And let's have a look at all the other possible answers. There are, as I say, 16 more answers that we could have gone for. Escuncion, Belo Horizonte, Bogota, Brasilia, Campinas, Caracas, Curitiba, Fortaleza, Goiânia, Guayaquil, Lima, Medellin, Porto Alegre, Quito, Recife, and Salvador. All other options we could have gone for there that we didn't miss. But yeah, La Paz, unfortunately, you may have thought so, but is 27th on the list, and so is a wrong answer. Scudidus, it's a quick journey and a quick exit for you, I'm afraid, but I appreciate you dropping in.
Of course. Of course, no problem.
Maybe later down the line you'll get a second seat, although last time we ran this, we did have completely unique players throughout the entire stream. We'll just have to find out and see. But I hope you can stay along and see how far Lucario can go on. For now, take care, and we'll see you later, Scudidust.
Take it easy.
Bye-bye. Oh, Lucario, dodging a bullet a bit there, managing to sort of get a quick pass. Would La Paz been one of your answers?
It might have been a bit further down the line for me, but it always seems like it's up there because it's a capital, so I'd say.
Well, done well there, and we're through that, and we've righted the wrong, so we can go back to the categories that you're least confident on. So are we going back to on the radio?
Yes, please.
All right. It's another battle. Well, let's pick another player then, please. Wow. David's not letting up here. Joe has no talent has been picked by the game. So, Joe, would you like to please join Score Count in the green room, get yourself sound checked, and we'll get you into this game. Wow, back-to-back battles. We don't see that often, but you are on a zero strike situation right now, so you've got a little bit of breathing room. Joe, welcome to the game. How you doing? Joe, can you hear me?
Sorry, I've just shut the door.
That's fine. Welcome to the game. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I'm a bit nervous, but...
Bit nervous. Well, we shall see how it goes. How are you on your radio?
I got the last radio one right, so I'm hoping it will be sort of similar.
Okay, well, let's go into battle mode. And again, Lucario, you are the hot seat player. So, would you like to lead or follow in this battle?
I'll follow, please.
Gonna follow. So, Joe, you're going to be answering first on this. Name the 18 individual BBC radio stations with the largest listener reach. This is according to Rajar figures, RAJAR figures, for the fourth quarter of 2021. Both national and local stations are included. You do not need to mention BBC or BBC Radio as part of your answer. However, the rest of the answer must be completely accurate. Good luck. Joe, you're answering first. 5 seconds.
1.
Yes.
Radio 2.
Yes.
Radio 4.
Yes.
Radio 5 Live.
Yes.
1 Extra.
Yes.
6 Music.
Yes.
5 Live Extra.
I'm just checking my notes. Unfortunately, it is not exactly the title we're looking for. The one you needed to say, you needed to put the word sports in there for it to be a correct answer. 5 Live Sports Extra is the full title we are expecting for that one. I was just checking my notes whether or not I could accept that, and I cannot according to the rubric I've got. Very, very close, off the crossbar on that, but it is a wrong answer on the board. But you did well to dodge the first bullet, of, as it were, of not saying live for 5, because you do need to say 5 Live, as similarly 6 Music. So that was a win there for Lucario. Another 1,000 on the board makes it $261,000. Let's have a look at the other answers we got. There's 3. 4 Extra is another one there. Then there's 5 Live Sports Extra. And then Asian Network, London, Manchester, Newcastle, Scotland, Solent, Ulster, Wales, and the World Service. Those are all of the ones we had listed up here. Oh, Joe, a bit of a swing and a miss there, but that's how this game goes, unfortunately. You may get picked later. We'll see how it all goes.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, indeed. Well, for now, we'll see you later. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Ooh, another swing and a miss there for, to keep you in the game there, Lucario.
I think I dodged another bullet there. I was quickly running out of answers after World Service. And...
Well, we're still good. That's a right for you on the topic of radio, and you're still in control with no strikes on the board. It's a nice place to be in. Where are we going next?
Back to On the Radio, please.
Back again to On the Radio. Question is, which US disc jockey and later game show host produced the Beatles' Hollywood Bowl show in 1964? 10 seconds.
Art Fleming, no. Alex Trebek.
That's a wrong answer. No answer given there, I'm afraid. Anyone in chat know the answer to that one there? Anybody know at all? Holy crap, 190 says Poker Lady. Bob Eubanks says Mark is the correct answer we're looking for. Yes, Eubanks went on to promote around 100 concerts a year for the next 20 years, who presented the Newlywed Game for ABC, where he was famous for using the euphemism of making whoopee. Absolutely. Just going to check all of my usual lists here to see if I'm missing anything else on the donation front. I don't think I am, but just checking to make sure. Yeah, we're all good. Let's move on then. It is a strike on the board, so we need to right that wrong. Where are we going to do that?
I'll try South America, please.
South America. Question is, the international airport in the Colombian capital, Bogota, is named after which legendary city? 10 seconds.
El Dorado.
It is El Dorado, yes. The IATA 3-letter code is BOG. Bog. Lovely. And if you want the full name, it's El Dorado International Airport, Luis Carlos Galan Sarmiento. There you go. Not that you wanted to know that. 262,000 now your total. Next category.
I'll go back to On the Radio, please.
All right, back to On the Radio again. Question is, since 1967, which BBC radio phone-in show airs viewers' responses to issues raised in its discussion show? Any questions? 10 seconds.
Points of view. Radio phoning show. No, I've no idea.
Keep pressing, keep guessing. It's another wrong answer. Anybody in chat know the answer to that one there? Anybody? There's people saying, any answers? Yes, it is any answers. The response to any questions is literally any answers is what you're looking for there. It's a lovely answer that I love it. And yeah, currently presented by Anita Anand. It airs after the Saturday afternoon repeat of Any Questions. And Any Questions is essentially the radio equivalent of Question Time. Again, we've got a strike on the board. We need to right that wrong. Where are we going?
South America, please.
Going back to South America while we still have a couple of questions left to play with. Question is, the Motorcycle Diaries recount a formative 1950s journey across South America by which Argentine-born leader? 10 seconds.
Che Guevara.
It is, yes. Though associated with the revolution in Cuba, he was born in Rosario, Argentina in 1928. Write that wrong, get another 1,000 on the board. 340 personal questions so far. Still going strong. Next category.
Can we finish off on the radio, please?
Yes, final question, but it is a triple threat. So you need to give me 3 correct answers in 10 seconds to make it correct. If you can do so, 3,000 is the extra bonus you'll earn. So here comes your question. 3 answers required. Name the 3 most recent main presenters of BBC's Desert Island Discs programme. 10 seconds.
Firstly, Young. I don't watch it. I don't know the other 2. No.
Well, you got one of them, but unfortunately you don't get anything for just one answer. So that is going to be a strike on the board. Anybody in chat know the others? DVD Smith, I think, has got all the surnames there. Yeah, Sue Lawley, Lauren Laverne, and Kirsty Young. Lawley was from 1988 to 2006, Young from 2006 to 2018, and Lauren Laverne is 2018 to the present day. So it is a strike back on the board again, but that was the last one in the radio category, so you can sort of breathe a sigh of relief on that one now. We do still have one left in South America, but that will be the last one left. So do you want to go to a different category to right the wrong, or do you want to use South America?
I'll try a different one, I think. Let's go bees.
Bees! Okay, bees, we're going to. Your question is, using cosmetics, which resinous substance is collected by honeybees from bark and buds to repair cracks in a hive? 10 seconds.
Beeswax, what else did we? Shellac, no, I don't.
Oh, we are in a dangerous situation. 2 strikes on the board now. Anybody in chat know the answer to this question? It's not honey or chitin, no. It's not royal jelly, it's not sap, it's not nectar. Goodness me, there's a load of people in chat don't know what this is. The answer we're looking for is propolis. Propolis is the answer. Bees used it to fill crevices and fix and varnish their combs. It is valued nutritionally and cosmetically for its rich bioflavonoid content. So, we are in a dangerous territory, because if you get the next one wrong, then you are gone. Just like that. We don't want it to happen. Now, the situation, because we are on 2 strikes, means we have to hand control of the game over to somebody else. So, sideline players, get ready. Here it comes. Who's going to be deciding Lucario's fate on the next question? It is Pokenuts. Pokenuts will be deciding what category you will be facing next. So please make your way to the green room, Poker, because you have a very important decision to make right now. Doesn't he just, Topper? Doesn't he just? Wow. Very, very tense moment here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'll sort those out afterwards. Poker, welcome to the studio. How you doing?
Hi. I'm very, very nervous to be, especially at this early point.
Yes, but you are here in slightly different circumstances because you're here to make a decision on behalf of Lucario rather than actually taking a participating role so far. So you could be deciding the fate of his run here. So no pressure at all. Let's just put it that way. No pressure at all.
Absolutely none.
I've just got a ding that's gone through. Tantasar with a £10 donation who says... Australia says hi, says Tantasar. Thank you very much for that £10 donation there.
on behalf of Tantrasara and myself, indeed, yes.
Let me
dear.
drag. I've just got to do a thing. Let me just twitch that on there. I just want to make sure anybody redeeming the rewards yet. Not yet. Okay, that's fine. Right, let's go over to the category board then. And it's your decision here, Poker. So, which category do you think will eliminate Lucario?
Oh, well, here's the thing. Unfortunately, because I remember what happened last time, there's no children's literature. So there's, you know what? Let's see how stuff works.
How stuff works is the topic. Now, this is interesting. It's a top 10 challenge, but the control of the top 10 challenge
Is Lucario.
is Lucario's decision as to whether he plays or you play.
Oh, wow, that backfired like I wouldn't believe.
This is very interesting. So, we don't really know what this topic is. However, top 10 challenge means you need to be able to give me 5 correct answers out of a set of 10 possible answers within 15 seconds to win for yourself, as it were. So, really here, it is a case of, well, Lucario, it really is your decision here. What do you want to do? Do you want to personally play it, or do you want to pass it to Poker to decide your fate?
I mean, I think the smart move at this point would be to seed it, but I think I would regret it if I seed it and lose, since it's, you know, my decision. So I think I'll take it on myself, and then my fate's in my own hands, really.
So you are going to play this top 10?
Yeah.
Okay, so what that means for you, Poker, you are safe here. You're not going to be eliminated if Lucario gets this right, but you're just going to be here for a little while longer until we get to a point where we absolutely require you to say something. Right.
I'll pull up a comfy chair.
Lucario, to stay in the game, your question is, if I press the button to do this and this. Hello, press play. Press play. Oh, need to get to that mode, sorry. Then press play. Name 5 of the 10 main forms of energy according to BBC Bite Size. 15 seconds.
Elastic, kinetic, chemical, thermal, nuclear, electrical.
Yes, you got it.
chemical
You got
energy.
it. You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it.
Jesus.
Well played there. I was looking for thermal, and that would have probably been right for heat, actually. We didn't have an except for that, but I would have probably said thermal, it would have been good for heat. But you still got 5 outside of that anyway. Very well played. Means we right all those wrongs. We add 1,000 to your board. And let's have a look at the other answers you could have given. You could have also said heat. I mean, you said thermal, so we probably would have accepted on that. Light, magnetic. Then we also had potential, and finally sound. We could have also said gravitational for potential, strain for elastic, or you could have also said radiant or radiance, something like that for light. Any of those would have worked. But Lucario, the critical thing is you are still in play. You have kept yourself in the game. Was that a bit tense for you?
Very tense, yeah. I mean, I am glad I kept it though. I want to decide my own fate, I think, in that sort of situation.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
I fully respect that decision.
now, Poker, if he had passed the question on to you, would you have gotten 5 of 10?
I don't know if I would have gotten 5. I would have just been shouting random words that sound sciencey. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that on reflection I probably would have got it, but I don't think I would have got it in that time limit.
All right, well, we don't know what could have happened. We just theorise. £5 donation coming from Joe. £5 because donation in honour of that pesky 5 Live Sport Extra Mega Superstation, or whatever it was called, XD. Thank you for that £5 donation there, Joe. Appreciate it going to mind. So, wrongs have been righted. Poker, you can stay here for a little bit. You won't be needed for a little bit, but you sort of like jeer from the sideline. But Lucario, back to you now. You have control once again. Where are we going?
Let's try a new one and go astronomy, please.
Astronomy. Question is, first discovered in 1967, what type of rotating neutron star emits regular beams of radio waves? 10 seconds.
Pulsar, quasar.
Pulsar is the perfect answer, yes. Shortened version of pulsating star. Nice answer there. Another 1,000 added to your total. You are now doing very, very well indeed. 344 questions in your personal 500. Where next?
Let's go combat sports.
Combat sports. Question. Sometimes called the world's deadliest martial art, Krav Maga was developed by security forces in which country? 10 seconds.
Israel, Russia, China.
Perfect answer. Israel again, yes. They were developed for the Israel Defense Forces, the IDF, and security forces. It uses elements of boxing, wrestling, judo, aikido, and karate. The name means contact combat. Another 1,000 added to your total, $266,000 your grand total, and another category to pick.
Architecture, please.
Architecture. Sort of going across all the different categories just to see how difficult they are. Question. Which Shakespearean character lends their name to a very shallow balcony with a safety railing? 10 seconds.
Oh, Othello, Romeo, Juliet.
Juliet.
Hamlet.
It is, yes. I pressed the wrong button. I need to press the correct, not the correct plus 1,000 button. Yeah, Juliet is the correct answer there. Juliet balcony only has room for someone to stand in the open door on an open floor, similar to the famous scene in Romeo and Juliet.
Oh,
so, was not your first answer, so no additional 1,000 added, but it's a right, so there's no wrongs on the board. Let's keep going with the category.
I'll do architecture again, please.
Architecture. Question. Now, Facebook brand, what Latin word refers to a circular opening in a dome as seen in Rome's Pantheon? 10 seconds.
Oculus.
Perfect answer, yes. The Latin word for eye in the oculus of the Pantheon is 30 Roman feet in diameter. For those of you there using Roman imperial measures. Let's keep going. What's your next category?
Architecture again, please.
Back on the architecture. Question. Which late British architect was satirised on ITV's Spitting Image with a puppet whose bodily organs were on the outside? 10 seconds.
What's his name? Rogers. What's his name?
I probably will accept that my surname in this case. Yes.
Sorry, do you want both names? I can give both names.
I was just checking because we also have Richard George Rogers and Baron Rogers of Riverside. So given that Baron Rogers is there, yeah, it should have accepted just Rogers as a surname answer there. So that's absolutely fine. And that was your first answer, so I actually need to write that and say that was your first answer. So you do get $1,000 on that one. There it goes. The inside nature of his puppet was a reference to Rogers' style of putting the inner workings of a building, such as pipes, lifts, and air vents, on the outside instead, as evidenced by the Lloyds of London building and the Pompidou Centre, who died in 2021. Yes, various people in chat saying, did he do the Lloyds building? Yes, he did do the Lloyds building, as I've just mentioned in the factoids here. Thank you, David, for the factoids. And we're continuing on.
I'll go architecture again, please.
Back on architecture. It is a triple threat, so 3 correct answers required in 10 seconds. Your question is, name the 3 main orders of classical Greek architecture. 10 seconds.
Ionic, Doric, Corinthian.
I mean, what can he do? That's a quiz staple, pretty much. All 3 reeled off just like that. 3,000 added to your total. Brings you up to $271,000 in the bank. And ding has happened. We've got Dabbit JB with £20.50 saying 88888 is Japanese text for applause. Fun fact. I didn't know that. I knew that www is like laughter because it's supposed to resemble like bamboo, I think, and it's also the sound of the bamboo clacking is the same as the clapping sound or something crazy like that. There's something about that with the W or the reeds or something. I can't quite remember the exact derivation of it. I know that a series of W's is laughing.
Yeah. If I may, Ash, that was one of the tipster's questions in his recent Pina Colada.
Oh, was it?
Was about that topic, yes.
Fair enough. I actually missed the last larder, unfortunately, due to being in Manchester / Salford. Yeah, I hope it was a good one. Right, well, let's keep going. Nice, easy triple threat for you there. Just the one left in architecture. Are we using that final question?
Yes, please.
All right, let's do that. And your last question in that category is, what type of bay window that projects from the upper wall of a building shares its name with an Oxford University College? 10 seconds.
Oriel.
It is indeed, yes. Oriel College, founded in 1326. Another 1,000 added to your total. Your personal count is now at 350 questions. You're now 150 questions away from finishing your personal 500. So, just 3 stacks of 50 to go for you. Doesn't sound like a great deal, does it?
No, just the 3 stacks.
Just the 3 stacks required.
Depends how many of them were also written by David J. Bodicum.
Well, this 50 is all purely by David, and there are a couple of extra little bits and bobs that we've inserted along the other stacks that will be from David and other proofers as well as we needed to. But this one is all purely David. Where are we going next?
Let's try herbs and spices.
Herbs and spices. Question is, also called the Indian date, which spice obtained from bean-like pods is an integral ingredient of Worcestershire sauce? 10 seconds.
Tamarind.
Tamarind is correct, yes. It's used in chutneys and curries as well as used in laxatives. Another great answer there. Another 1,000 added to your total. Let's keep going.
Let's go herbs and spices again, please.
Herbs and spices again. It is a top 10 challenge in herbs and spices. Now, Poker is sitting there at the moment. Do you want to play this one, Lucario, or do you want to let Poker play this?
I'll play myself, please.
Okay, Lucario, you are playing this top 10 challenge, so 5 of 10 within 15 seconds on this question. Other than black pepper, name 5 of the 10 spices commonly found in garam masala. This is according to tasteatlas.com. 15 seconds.
Cinnamon, anise, mace, cardamom, nutmeg,
Yes.
ginger, cumin.
Very well done there. Ginger is not, cumin is in there, just for your own curiosity. So you actually named 6 of the 10 in total. Very well done there. Let's go to that. Another 1,000 added to your total. The ones we missed off, you did say cumin. You also could have said bay leaf, clove, coriander, and finally fennel seed was the last one there. That makes it all up in garam masala. Very good knowledge, though. Very, very good knowledge indeed. And it is used in Indian cookery. It literally means hot spice mix. Another 1,000 added there. 352 questions down. Where are we going next?
Let's try European royalty.
First one in European royalty. Poker! Alas, we have to now bring you into the game. It is a battle between Lucario and Pokernuts. Now, remind us, Poker, where are you?
I'm from a little-known country you might not have heard of in the Southern Hemisphere called Australia.
Yeah, not quite in Europe, are you?
Not quite on a different hemisphere, also different vertical sections. So, yeah, clearly I'm going to ace this. So heads up, Lucario.
You never know. You might be able to have the knowledge here, or there might be some weird trick answers in here that Lucario might slip on it. You just don't know until we get there. But Lucario's in the driving seat and gets to decide. Would you like to lead or follow in this battle, Lucario?
Follow, please.
Follow. So, Poker, you are answering first on this. Other than the UK, name the 14 countries that recognise Queen Elizabeth II as their head of state. This is according to the CIA World Fact Book. Poker, 5 seconds.
Australia.
Yeah.
New Zealand.
Yeah.
Portugal. No.
Not on the list, I'm afraid. It is a wrong answer. We had to go with Australia there as soon as we started, didn't we? You're just like, come on, you've got to say it. You've got to say it, Poker.
Exactly. We lead as we need to go on, Ash.
And I'm glad you did do that. And I'm also kind of glad that Lucario swiftly followed with New Zealand as well, just to say, you can't say that one either.
Strike that off the list.
But unfortunately, no, Portugal, not a correct answer there. So, does mean we will be saying goodbye to you very shortly. Lucario, another correct one for you there, another 1,000 added to your total. Let's have a look at the other answers you could have given. We could have gone for Antigua and Barbuda, Bahamas, Belize, Canada, Grenada, Jamaica, Papua New Guinea, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the Solomon Islands, and Tuvalu. Those are all the other possible answers there.
Now I'm kicking myself on Canada because it's part of the Commonwealth. So that one should have been a shoo-in for me, but oh well.
Unlucky there, Poker. But you've been here the longest so far as a sideline player, so you can take that victory. But I hope you have fun.
I have absolutely had fun, and I hope you go all the way.
Oh yeah,
But we're not going to make it a cakewalk for you.
Honestly, I think everyone is really aiming for you to go all the way, but also equally, we also want to, not hold back on the battles and that. So,
exactly.
we've got a conflict of interest sort of situation going on here. But Poker, thank you very much for playing. We'll see you later. Take care.
Take care. Best of luck, Lucario.
All right. Oh, Lucario, nicely, safely through that battle there. I presume you had a couple of those other answers ready to go if we needed it.
Yeah, I would have been going Caribbean area, but after, I don't know which ones are sort of properly Commonwealth and which aren't at the moment. Like, Barbados isn't on there, which I thought might be.
All right. Well, we are still playing on, strikeless as we are as well. And 353 questions personal so far, 21 of this 50 as well. Where are we going next?
Let's try European royalty again, please.
Okay. Question is, Catherine of Braganza, later wife of England's Charles II, was the daughter of king of which European country? 10 seconds.
Spain, Portugal, France.
Portugal's correct, yes. Portugal hasn't had a royal family since the fall of the reign of Manuel II during the 1910 Republican Revolution. Was not your first answer, but you are still strikeless. That's all that matters right now. Where next?
Let's give bees another go, I think.
Bees, yeah, kind of rubbing it in that answer happened to be Portugal for Poker, unfortunately. We're going to the bees. Question is, what are the large black bees of the genus Xylocoppa that typically burrow into dead wood or bamboo? 10 seconds.
What's this? Bees, carpenter bees, axe bees.
Carpenter bees is correct, yes. Like the majority of bees, they are solitary and do not live in a hive. Carpenter bees is correct. Nicely worked out. We keep going. Next category.
Let's try bees again, please.
Let's keep with the bees. Next question is, what disorder responsible for the large-scale decline in the numbers of bees is often shortened to CCD? 10 seconds.
Colony collapse disorder.
That it is, yes. Back in 2008, as many as 60% of hives did not survive over the winter. Typically, their figure is around 30%, but the situation has improved in recent years. One away from the halfway point of this 50. Where are we going for that question?
Let's try combat sports again.
Combat sports. The question is, what is happening when a karateka performs a kiai during an attack? 10 seconds.
A takedown, an attack, a shout? What is
yes,
that?
It is a shout, yes.
Okay.
The key there being ki, is sort of spirit, and it's a spirit shout. It is the practice of screaming a sound like ee or ya kind of thing, Definitely not hiya, because they never have the ha sound. It's always generally sort of like a e or a ya kind of sound. But yeah, always a shouting thing. Or no, not Hadouken, Ben. And someone's definitely going to clip that out of context. I know. We talked about that when we did the dry run. Shouting was correct though. Moving on. Next category. Where are we going?
Back to combat sports, please.
All right. Question is, in which sports do combatants use 4 main grip types called French, Italian, Spanish, and pistol? 10 seconds.
Fencing?
It is indeed, yes. The grips used to hold the foil, epee, or saber weapons, indeed they are for fencing. Another 1,000 added to your total. And plodding on. I think we're sort of settled back into the swing of things, aren't we?
For now, until Strike comes up, and then it's,
Found out on the next
again.
Dragon Bash Z.
European royalty, please.
European royalty. And JB Henry in chat there with 100 bits. Will Lucario get to 500 questions? Find out on the next Dragon Bash Z. No, we're going to be doing it all throughout this stream, JB Henry. There's no find out on the next episode malarkey here. European royalty. Your question is, from 1349 to 1830, what title was given to the eldest son of the kings of France? 10 seconds.
A region. Dauphin.
Dauphin, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Nice, good guess there. It's derived from the French word for dolphin, or because I thought it was something to do with dauphinoise, but that has something completely different to go on with. So, yeah, definitely not potatoes. It's dolphin is where it derived from. Another 1,000 added to your total. Doing very well here. The only category we've not touched so far is famous quotations. Where are we going next?
Since you bring it up, let's go famous quotations. Please.
All right then, let's go over there and see what we've got. Question is, referring to his 1889 creation, which French engineer joked, "I ought to be jealous of the tower. She is more famous than I am." 10 seconds.
Gustave Eiffel.
Perfect answer indeed. Yes. Nothing much to say on that one. Another 1,000 added to your total. And doing very well indeed. There's only 5 wrongs in this 50 so far for you. 4 of them in that one category
you can
that we
tell
can just
what
ignore.
my bad category on that board is.
Where next?
Let's try astronomy, please.
Going to astronomy. Question. The distinctive blue-green colour of Uranus is primarily due to red light being absorbed by which gas? 10 seconds.
Methane, hydrogen, helium.
Methane is correct, yes. The atmosphere of Uranus contains just over 2% of methane. The hydrogen and methane on its surface doesn't explode because there's no oxygen in presence to oxygenate it, essentially. Another 1,000 added. 280,000 is now your fake total. And we keep plodding on. Where now?
Let's do how stuff works.
How stuff works. Question. Which essential life process was first described by the English physician William Harvey in 1628? 10 seconds.
Breathing, blood flow.
I'll take that. Yeah, circulation of the blood. Yeah. Prior to Harvey's description, it was believed that there were 2 separate blood systems. One was carrying purple blood from the liver, and the other was carrying scarlet blood from the lungs. But now we know different. Was not your first answer, but we remain strikeless as it is. Let's keep plodding on. Next one.
European royalty, please.
European royalty. Next question is, from 1513 until 1972, every monarch of Denmark was called either Christian or which other given name? 10 seconds.
Harold, Olaf, Christians, or... no, I can't remember those.
Oh, a slight blip in knowledge there. Anybody in chat know the answer to this one here? Maybe me, first one there. Frederick is what we're looking for, yes. Yeah, in a mixed up order, they were Christian 2 to the 10, so Christian 2nd, Christian to the 10th, and then Frederick the 1st to Frederick the 9th. And as we are currently with Margaret the 2nd, is the current queen who came to power in 1972. So yeah, Frederick was the answer we're looking for. It is a wrong back on the board for Lucario. We need to right that wrong. Where are we going?
Let's try combat sports, please.
Combat sports. Oh! Didn't want it right now. It's another
Always
battle.
pick the wrong times for it.
Always pick it at the wrong time, but it is a battle. So let's find out who you will be facing. It is True Anonyman. True Anonyman has been picked to play against you in this battle. Please make your way to the green room, and we'll sort it all out. Oh, wow. You really do know when to pick him, don't you, Lucario?
Yeah, always at the worst times. You know, I go for a long stretch and it's, no X's, I'm fine. And as soon as I get one, battle time.
Just catching up on donations, I could see that was one a few minutes ago. Player 2 starts with a £10 donation there with no further comment. Thank you very much for the £10 donation there, Player 2 start. Do appreciate that going to charity. Anonyman, welcome to the game. How are you doing?
Bit nervous.
Bit nervous.
Well, I'm up against someone with many hundreds of questions behind them, so...
That's true. Well, we shall see how we go in on this this topic here. How are you on combat sports?
Not good. Not good.
Not
Not expecting
good.
a lot here.
Well, we'll see how well you play here. There was a follow that just came through there. I need to check that on my iPad. Is where I need to do that now these days, isn't it? And if I refresh, it's going to tell me that that follower was... Go on, Streamlabs, do your thing. That follower was... Goodness me, it's slow. Catus, thank you very much for the follow there. Catus, do appreciate that. Ahoy! In chat there, appreciate you. If you are new to the stream or just recently joined in, if you would like to join in as a lobby player to be able to be picked as a hot seat player later on or as a sideline player, you need to be able to have voice and join Discord. And if you do meet that criteria, then you can enter in with a room code of VVZF. The Discord, if you want that, is discord.gg/ATBASH. That's sort of my name without the underscore in. And you can get yourself voice checked there ahead of time so that we can, expedite your process into this game. And of course, we're raising money for charity for Mind here as well. If you want to donate, tidyurl.com/500QS donate, or you can use the exclamation mark donate command there that Brian has just done in Twitch chat, or scan the QR code if you're that kind of fancy. So battle time here. Lucaio's sitting on 1 strike, so it's half scary territory right now. Lucaio, what do you want to do here? Would you like to lead or follow in this battle?
Follow, please.
Gonna follow. So, Nonaman, you are answering first on this. Name the 14 boxers who won 7 or more World Heavyweight Boxing Championship bouts. Full names, that is, given name and surname, are required in this battle. This list does not count the Ring Championship, nor does it count lineal, that is, challenger fights, after 1921. Nolan, you're answering first, 5 seconds.
Muhammad Ali.
Yes.
George Foreman.
Not on the list. Well, this is a very scary situation. Lucario with a rare fail on a battle, and so early on in the battle there. Yeah, is not on this list. Probably because he's not a heavyweight. I don't have that information in front of me, but it could potentially be the case. In either case, that is a wrong added to the board. Makes it 2 wrongs in a row. We don't want to make it 1 more, because then that would be 3 wrong in a row, and then you will be gone. Wow. Anonyman, you weren't expecting that, were you?
I am not supposed to win at the boxing question. That is not something that's supposed to happen.
I guess so, but here you are. So, sit tight, because since we are now on 2-strike territory, you will be picking the next category that Lucario will be facing. Now, we do have 13 other answers to go through as well. Let's quickly go through those. Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Evander Holyfield, Ezard Childs, Floyd Patterson, Joe Frazier, Joe Lewis, Larry Holmes, Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, Tommy Burns, Vitaly Klitschko, and Vladimir Klitschko. All answers we're looking for. You could have also said Cassius Clay Jr. for Muhammad Ali, but since you already said Muhammad Ali, I could not accept the alternate answer as separate. They are one and the same person. Wow, very scary situation here for Lucario, and because we are on 2 strikes, the control of the game is passed over to True Anonyman. So, Anonyman, which category do you think will eliminate Lucario from the game?
Ooh.
Big decision.
Let's try going back to European royalty.
European royalty. It is a question. Lucario, you need this right to stay in the game and clear the wrongs from the board. Your question is, Lucario. Forced to abdicate in 1947, King Michael was the last monarch of which European country? 10 seconds.
Greece, Romania.
Romania is
Albania.
correct. And a sigh of relief there as we right those wrongs. It was not your first correct answer, but we don't care about a $1,000 bonus at this point. All we care is that we've just righted those wrongs and we are back in play once again. Yes, he lived in exile for 4 decades until after the fall of communism. You're a bit sort of on edge a bit there, Lucario?
Yeah, very much so. I never know what's going to come up when it's a 2-strike question. So
Very much so. Oh, we've just got a ding. A ding has just occurred. Let me just quickly check the ding. What have we got? We have got Yoshi8330 with a £1.22 donation there. Bonjour de la France, bonne chance à tout le monde. Hi from France. Good luck, everybody. Thank you very much for that donation there, Yoshi. Appreciate that going to mind, and welcome to the stream. I hope you are doing well out there. So, wrongs are cleared from the board. Anonyman, you could just take a little bit of a backseat for the time being until we ask of you to return again. And Lucario, back to you. You have control once again. European royalty is now done with, so don't have to worry too much about that. Where are we going next?
let's finish off combat sports after that awful battle.
Okay, combat sports, finishing that category off question is, on the Suriyane, the roof hung over a sumo ring, what do the coloured tassels on the 4 corners represent? 10 seconds.
The stables, I don't know what that is. No.
Out of time. What do you think of in terms of there being 4 of a thing? Like 4 of a...
seasons or...
Yeah, exactly that. 4 seasons of the year is literally what they represent. Yeah, so there's they have 4 colours. The green one is for spring, red is for summer, white is for autumn, black is for winter. You can also give me the answer of spirit or constellations. It's kind of weird a grouping they do with constellations, but the top answer to give was seasons of the year for the Suriyane. Well, it's the end of that category at the very least, even if it is we're leaving it with 1 strike on the board. We still have 6 categories to play with to right that wrong. So where are we going to do that?
Let's go for famous quotations.
Famous quotations. Question is, which 9 times married actress said, husbands are like fires, they go out when unattended? 10 seconds.
Jar Jar Gabor.
Perfect answer. Yes. She, of course, was a Hungarian-American actress and socialite born in 1917, one of her husbands being Conrad Hilton Sr., the founder of the Hilton hotel chain. Right that wrong, 1,000 added to your total, 367 personal questions you've seen now, 281,000 your grand total, and Ben with a £2 donation saying, I'm a sucker for meme amounts. 90210 is a thing, right? Goodness me, that's a reference to something else, isn't it? Thank you very much for the £2 donation there, Ben. Appreciate that. And yeah, we are now less than £100 away from the first 1,000, from the first target being met, which is kind of crazy to say, to be honest. We haven't even finished the first 50, and we're nearly at £1,000, which is just phenomenal. Right, let's keep going. Lucario, no strikes on the board, which is a perfect situation to be in. Still 6 categories left on the board to pick from.
Let's finish off South America.
South America. Last question in that category. When it became an independent republic in 1825, Upper Peru was renamed in honor of which military leader? 10 seconds.
Bolivar.
Bolivar is correct, yes. If you want to be really pedantic, then you can go for the answer of Simón José Antonio de la Santísima Trinidad Bolívar y Ponte Palacios y Blanco. Yeah.
Almost said that.
Almost. It was on the tip of your tongue. I knew it was. It really was. The country was Bolivia. He also led Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, Panama, and Peru to independence. Olé! There we go. 1,000 added to your total with the answer of Bolivar. And we keep going on. Just the right-hand set of categories left to play from now.
Let's go herbs and spices.
Herbs and spices. Question. Which aromatic herb used in sauces, pickling, and salads has a name thought to derive from the Greek word for dragon? 10 seconds.
Tarragon?
It is, yes. Yes, from the Greek of drakon, possibly due to the association with the plant dragonwort. It was also once thought to cure snakebite. Perfect answer there. Another 1,000 added to your personal total. And we keep going on. We are at 300 and nice as your personal total.
Nice. Let's go herbs and spices. Yeah.
Herbs and spices. And your question is, the seed-like fruits of which herb of the parsley family provide the dominant flavour of the Scandinavian spirit aquavit? 10 seconds.
Mint. What is that? Aniseed.
We're out of time on that one there. Anybody in chat know the answer to this one? Anybody in chat know the answer here? Cumin, aniseed? No, it's not those. Cardamom, Genever, cumin? No, it's not those. Dill? No, it's not that either. Not fennel either. Seems to be stumping a lot of people. Kate's has got it though. It is caraway. Caraway is the answer there. With aquavit deriving from the Latin for aquavitae, or water of life. Yeah, caraway was the answer we're looking for on that question. Stumping quite a few of our audience as well. There is a wrong on that board. We need to right that wrong. We only have one left in herbs and spices, 3 in famous quotations, astronomy and house of works, and 2 left in bees. Where are we going?
Let's try famous quotations, please.
Famous quotations. Question is, which author of the novel Psycho said, "I have the heart of a small boy. I keep it in a jar on my desk." 10 seconds.
Robert Bloch.
Block is correct, yes. Write that wrong, another 1,000 added to your total. Let's keep going.
Astronomy, please.
Astronomy. Question. The mythological characters Castor and Pollux lend their names to the 2 brightest stars in which constellation? 10 seconds.
Gemini.
Yeah, it is indeed. If there's 2 of a thing, it's pretty much always Gemini. Yes, they were famous twins in Greek mythology, their mother being Leda, but they had different fathers, should I say. Castor was son of Tyndareus, king of Sparta, while Pollux was the son of Zeus. Not Zeusless, Zeus. Another 1,000 added to your total, and plodding along nicely.
How stuff works, please.
How stuff works. Question. Which natural material provided the filaments for Edison's first light bulbs and needles for Bell's first phonographs? 10 seconds.
Oh, what's that? Paper, bamboo.
Bamboo's correct, yes.
Yeah, okay.
That when we proofed this one, that completely stumped everybody in the proofing
That was
team.
a complete guess. I was just trying to think what's kind of very natural, but also quite firm.
Very good answer there. It was not your first guess. You did say paper first, but still, wonderful guess to go with bamboo. Yeah, Edison apparently tried over 6,000 types of natural material to find the best light bulb filament. And for the phonograph, bamboo was more expensive than steel needles, but they could be sharpened more easily. So, great knowledge there, great guess. Let's keep going on. Just 9 questions left of this 50.
Let's finish off herbs and spices.
Herbs and spices. Question. Catnip, the aromatic plant of the genus Nepeta, whose smell is irresistible to cats, Whiskers is not here right now, is a member of which herb family? 10 seconds.
Mint.
It is a mint, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, alternate name for catnip is catmint, pretty much. So yeah, mint's the correct answer. Another 1,000 added to your total. Nicely done. 8 away from the end of this 50. Where now?
Let's go bees, please.
Bees! Question. Coined due to a misunderstanding, which Premier League football team has the nickname The Bees? 10 seconds.
Brentford. Watford.
It is Brentford FC, yes. The derivation of this comes from a spectator saying "buck up bees," as in Brentford, during a match, which was then later printed in a newspaper report as the word bees rather than the letter B. And then the name just stuck, and there is a bee in their club logo. So great answer once again. Another 1,000 added to your total. 7 away from the completion of the first 50 of today. Where now, Lucario?
Let's finish off bees, please.
Let's finishing off the bees. Question is, from Latin, which adjective for producing or forming honey is used to describe music that is sweetly smooth? 10 seconds.
Mellifluous.
Mellifluous is correct, yes. It is linked to a Latin name of the domestic honeybee, Apis mellifera. The Latin word for honey is mel. Another 1,000 added to your total. Well, no more bees. No, we want to keep the bees alive, obviously, but no more bees category. 6 questions left, 2 each in our final 3 categories there. Where do you want to go?
Let's go astronomy first.
Astronomy. Question. In 2007, which space shuttle's launch was marred when a NASA sign left out a letter U from the craft's name? 10 seconds.
Endeavour, Universal.
Endeavour is correct, yes. In July 2007, a month before launch, a sign saying "Go Endeavour," missing the U, was photographed next to the launch pad. However, the craft's name was Endeavour with the U because it was using the British spelling used by Captain James Cook's famous ship. It's a good answer there. Another 1,000 added to your total. You're only 11,000 away from 300,000 in your fake bank there, which is just... we never thought was ever going to be possible, but here we are. And there are only 5 questions left in this 50.
Let's do how stuff works.
How stuff works. Question. Piezoelectricity is a type of electrical charge generated when a force is applied to what kind of material? 10 seconds.
Is that crystals or...
Yeah. Can also take quartz, salt, or glass. But primary answer there, crystal is perfect. Another 1,000 added, 290,000 now your total. Doing very well. Where now?
Famous quotations, please.
Famous quotations. Question is, in 1956, the wife of which UK Prime Minister said she felt that the Suez Canal was flowing through my drawing room? 10 seconds.
Eden.
Anthony Eden is correct, yes. Led an ill-fated attempt to keep the Suez Canal in international hands when NASA nationalised it in 1956. Another 1,000 added to your total. 3 left in the 50 now, just 1 left in each category.
Let's do how stuff works first.
How stuff works. Question is, named after its French inventor, a Foucault pendulum is specifically used to demonstrate what principle? 10 seconds.
The Earth's rotation.
It's the perfect answer, yes. Yeah, the Earth's rotation imparts a sideways rotation onto the pendulum that would otherwise swing just regularly back and forth. And Jean-Bernard Léon Foucault also worked out the speed of light and showed that light travels slower in water than in air. Another 1,000 added. 2 left in this 50. Which one is going to be your penultimate question of this 50?
Let's go astronomy first, please.
It is a triple threat in astronomy. So 3 correct answers required in 10 seconds. And the question is, name the 3 largest objects in the solar system that are not planets. 10 seconds.
Ceres, Titan, Io, Ganymede, Pluto, Make, the moon.
You missed the obvious one.
Oh, it's the sun, isn't it? Yeah,
It is the sun.
Oh God.
It's amazing how you can just immediately forget that because it's so
absolutely.
ever present in our world because you see it every freaking day. And yet you just forget it in these list kind of questions. Yeah, Ganymede and Titan, perfect answers, but the sun is the last one we're looking for there.
Yep.
And means that is a wrong on the board at the pretty much at the climax of this 50. So need to right that wrong as early as we can. We only have famous quotations to work from right now.
Yep.
You really had to do it this way around, didn't you? Because we're going into a battle with 1 strike on the board. So, Anonyman, are you still there?
Hello, I'm still here.
Hello there. We require you to enter into this battle against Lucario on famous quotations to keep you in the game, and also crucially to keep Lucario on the board. So let's dim the lights here, and as always is the case, Lucario, you have the decision: lead or follow.
It didn't work last time, but I'll still follow.
You are going to follow. This is the final question of this 50. Good luck. Anonymous, you'll be answering first on this. Name the top 18 sources, that is writers, periodicals and books, quoted by the Oxford English Dictionary. We are looking for the 18 sources for the highest number of quotations according to OED Online as of August 2019. When you are mentioning a writer, then a surname only will be acceptable in this case. Nonaman, you are answering first. 5 seconds.
Shakespeare.
Yes.
Oscar Wilde.
And once again, it has not paid off for you. Oscar Wilde is not on this list that I have in front of me. Wow. Wow. We are going into danger territory into the next 50. Lucario's not going to have the pick. This could be very scary. Twitch chat, what do we think? What do we think we've got as answers? The Times is up there. Brand New Halo. Dickens is up there. The Bible is up there. Yes, indeed it is. Chaucer. Chaucer's not on the list, though. That is not in the top 18, I'm afraid. Wikipedia, no. But we do have Encyclopedia Britannica. Let's go through those answers on the board. So you got the Bible, William Caxton, Geoffrey Chaucer, Cursor Mundi, Daily News, Daily Telegraph, Charles Dickens, John Dryden, Encyclopedia Britannica, Guardian, John Milton, Nature, New York Times, Philosophical Transactions, Walter Scott, William Shakespeare was the answer we did give, The Times, and John Trevisa. Those were the top 18 on the list there. Lucario, how are you feeling right now?
I mean, obviously, it's the worst time to do it as well because it's a whole set of categories.
It really is. Yeah, exactly. We're going into a brand new set of categories that you don't know. Well, I mean, no one will know. And you do not have control of the game either. So, very scary situation. And Noniman is going to be deciding your fate here. So, 2 strikes on the board. We definitely don't want it to be one more in a row. Because you know what it will mean. It means you are gone. We don't want that to happen. Let's see what your next 50 is going to be. Classical music, wine, English counties, the Bible, Shakespeare's works, UK politics, Doctor Who, snooker, Marvel Cinematic Universe, and video games. Now, you probably think people in around this community might realise who has written this set. It is, of course, Mr. Royal _Flu $H. Mr. Ben, in fact, has written this set of 50. Thank you very much, Ben, for all of these. And we will see how well our players will do on these wonderful 10 categories. Ben wrote this. You surprised me. Do I surprise you, Topper? Well, we shall see. He's not with me with the piano this time round, too, I'm afraid. So you don't have to worry about any piano taxes or anything. So, very interesting situation because we are going in here with 2 strikes in hand. So, True Anonyman, you are deciding the fate for Lucario on this next question. Which category do you think will knock Lucario out?
I am going to try to snooker you, I think.
Gonna try snookering him this afternoon. Is that a good decision, Lucario? How are you on your snooker?
I'll let you know after this question.
All right. To stay in the game, Lucario, you need this correct. The question is... Which controversial rule intended to discourage deliberate fouls was introduced to professional snooker in 1995? 10 seconds.
The misrule?
It is the misrule, yes. Very good knowledge. Keeping you in the game. Right those wrongs. Add 1,000 to the board. And breathe. We are now safely into the next 50 there. We were sort of on tenterhooks a bit there. True Anonyman, how are you at the moment?
I'm fine. It was I who was snookered.
It was, well, not necessarily. You are still sitting there on the sideline for a little bit longer still. That was your second category pick, wasn't it?
Yeah, yes, it was.
So, one thing I didn't mention earlier about the rule changes, because the last time we ran 500 questions, whenever we were in a 2-strike situation like that, we would have immediately dismissed the sideline player after picking a category. Now, for certainly one player, they had Hobson's choice and only had one category to pick from, so literally their decision made no difference. But because they got eliminated because of the car, I think it was the car that was in the driving seat at the time, got it right, meant that that player was just dismissed from the game for doing absolutely nothing. So we've changed the rules so that we are allowing sideline players to sit around for a little longer. Now, you have made 2 decisions for categories so far. You're allowed to stick around for 1 more decision, essentially. And of course, on any battles that you do manage to win on, you stay on because of those. But yeah, if we come to another situation where you have to pick the category to eliminate Lucario and Lucario survives, then we will be knocking you out at that point. Is that okay?
Yeah, that seems fair. You
Okay.
don't just want me hanging around here forever.
That's fair, yeah. Oh, it was Coolio that was in the driving seat at that time. Fair enough. So yeah, because the idea is that you're trying to eliminate Lucario in some form or another. So yeah, that's the new rule in place for the sideline players in that case. It's a sort of a reverse 3 strikes for the player, except for the case of there being a Hobson's choice on the category where I don't count that. So if for some reason we did the situation in reverse where True Nonoman only had 1 category to pick from at the end of that last 50, I would not have counted that as a pick of category because they had no choice whatsoever. So as it stands, there have been 2 distinct choices of category that Anonymous could have picked, with 1 left until I forcibly dismiss on a 2 strikes situation. Anyway, that's that explained. We can move swiftly on to our next pick. So, Lucario, now you get to have a pick from these 10 categories. Which one entices you?
Ooh, let's go Marvel Cinematic Universe, please.
We are straight into the MCU. Your question is, what is the superhero name of Guardian of the Galaxy Peter Quill? 10 seconds.
Star-Lord.
Is indeed, yes. Now featuring Mario. No, wait, Chris Pratt. $1,000 added to your total. You're 6,000 away from 300,000. 8 away. Sorry, what am I on about? We're on 52 or 500. I'm trying to do numbers the wrong way around there. Yeah, as long as you just say stuff, Scooter Dust, then it will reset the counter. Don't worry about it. Moving on. Next pick.
Let's try UK politics, please.
UK politics. Oh, lovely. Question is, the constituencies of Richmond, Yorkshire, Bromsgrove and Runnymede and Weybridge were most recently represented by incumbents of which cabinet position? 10 seconds.
Home Secretary, Foreign Secretary, Chancellor.
Chancellor is correct, yes. Chancellor of the Exchequer. The names, respectively, are Rishi Sunak, Sajid David and Philip Hammond. Not your first answer, so no extra 1,000, but you keep yourself strikeless, and we keep plodding on.
UK politics again, please.
UK politics. Just going back to the donation, I just checked. Kazvez, what are you doing to me again? I'm going to cut to me because I need to give you a stern face. Not only have you donated 50 subs to this channel and also to Ben's channel, but you've also done a direct donation to mine of £150. That is crazy, Kazvez. Thank you very much for the immense support you've given to me, to Ben, and also directly to charity as well, to Mind UK. That's just phenomenal. Thank you very much for that, Kazvez. No further comments on top of that, but it's just crazy. And we are definitely through the 1,000 barrier as well with that donation. So at some point in the near future, it won't be on this stream, but it will be sometime in the near future to be arranged. It will be another duel in the arena, but it's going to be me versus Ben, aka Roy Flush, the pack we are literally playing right now in the duel arena, hosted by, again, to be announced once we sort out what that will do. Which means we are now looking at a new milestone at 1,500. If we hit that, then we will do an Ask Me Anything stream where, yes, you get to ask me whatever questions you like, and I get to answer them. And holy shit, Matt! It's a national lottery from Matt the Ref! Gifting out 10 subs there! The Quizzle, Psycho Dave, Fahrenheit, Maxio, Sigma Fan, Alicat, Tantisar, Derek Agony, Mistress Silver, and Cycle Space! Oh my god. From space! I have to say that. It's one of those things if you're new here, when we do a sub bomb like that. Matt, gifting out 10 subs there. That's just crazy support and... Oh my god! Catfish! Gifting out another 50! What are you doing? Another 50 subs from Catfish! Holy shit! Honestly, and I'm gonna read all the names out. So, Amazing Akita, Brig Bother, Badger, you. What's going on? Badger, you team, Chiniten, Mattel, Crowdog, Undercast, Bitterotter, Ace Cascade, Deadwood, Giggle Fly, the best person ever for a Blue Jay, Lavina, I'm Ralph, Wingwam, Toshi, Catus, Sandby, Oakladder, Jockey, Johnny Universe, should I say, Hologrow, JC Eurovision fan, Silver Seed, Purple Lady, the Synergetic Panda, Jorasar, True Noniman, G Rubik's Dylan, ACJ, Max the Gamer, NPL Darts, Slipping Novel, Ruta, the Naked Grandma, Invasion McMikey, Yoshi 86 Up, M Dog, Biz, Weaver's Week, my computer is struggling to run everything, Quasi Dad, Captain Lala, VJ Willie, Scrooge McDuck, Clutch even, Sinclair Reset, and what is going on? No, double numbers, and my face actually hurts right now. My face actually hurts right now. Holy shit. Fraser K also with 15 subs being gifted out there to the Reverend Melvin, Linda Helmet, Patrick, the 129, Hoishin, DJ Ouroboros, Zanster, Quiz Live, Rip Watermelon, B Square Quiz, Kusane, Hexaku, CEO, Stupid Questions, Plum Lyric, Miso Super. Then there was Joe gifting out a sub to Ranger Bush, and May gifting out a sub to Grease Boy.
Well, let's do my part.
Oh my god. And Fraser gifting another 15 is Anki, June Rooney, Vanya, Magician, Anonymous, Yashi, Inakra, Drahuska, Nix, Mental Jargon, Ali Lololov, MVG Productions, Kalian, and Lulu Doo, and round to Dylan for space! Holy shit, honestly, what is going on?
Shamelessly joins the bandwagon.
The chat has completely broken. My computer cannot handle it. The chat has just completely broken. Ralph also gifting
this is the most
sub there
heartwarming
to
bullying I've ever seen.
J4 Lambert. Thank you for that gifted sub. Am I caught up with everything? I think I am. Am I caught up with everything? Bits also go through as well. Caters with 500. Brady Haler with 200. Ernie with 100. And let's just check donations to see if I missed any dings as well on top of all of that. Holy crap, what are you doing? Catfish! Just stop it! It's another 10! Getting out the Dragonite, Gaming Food, Mechamedia, TT with Demonic Echo, Diddy Cubes, Elias, Dorian Snowball, Authority, Maid of Kent, and Mac is your daddy. From space. Thank you very much for, holy shit, a 751% level 5 hype train? I'm sorry, what? 751% hype train? What? Can I just say, I'm not the Speaker of the House of Commons right now, but can I just say, What? That has been absolutely enormous generosity from an amazing set of people. I've read all the names out. You know who you are. And just ridiculous. And we've got a donation from Kay Prather adding another £17.59 pence to the total as well. That brings the current donation total to £1,069.69. It's got a double nice in there. To those that don't know, I am donating everything I earn revenue-wise from bits and subs and direct donations to me to charity at the end of the stream. So all of these subs that have been going on, yes, you're now getting access to emotes and ad-free viewing here on this channel, but it also means that everything that they had just essentially donated is going to go directly to charity once I do all the sums at the end. And I'm expecting that number to be redonkulous, let's put it that way. We will work out the number at the end of the stream, but for now we'll leave it as a sort of surprise, even to me as well, when I have to spend that much from my PayPal balance. Holy shit, crazy. Thank you for all of the generosity. We haven't even completed the first 100 yet. We've only just completed the first 50, so we're gonna be here for a hot minute, let's put it that way. We're going to be here for a fairly hot minute, but the generosity and the donations and the subs and everything are just all superb. And there's all sorts of other things coming through. We also have a donation from Pie and Mash with £20 saying, hydrate, appreciate it, thank you. Thank you very much for the hydrate call. That was a level 5 hype train that has now just departed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I can't say any more than that. That is just redonk. Absolutely redonk. I can't stress how much that is. And there's one more donation that has just literally popped up on my feed here. Lingo Maniac with a £20 donation there saying, Jeff Bezos has enough money, so let's donate directly to Mind instead. That's my agreement there. Whenever you do a sub or bit on Twitch, obviously they take their bit and I can't get that. It's like 30 or 50% depending on the particular thing. Whereas donation to Mind is 100% of it. I don't see it at all. It goes directly to the charity, and then it's their duty to pay any platform fees on top for using Tiltify in that case. They get 100% of it, and nobody else takes a penny. That reminder, if you do want that donation link there, it is tinyurl.com/500QS donate, or scan the QR code, or use the donate command in chat. Okay, and of course, don't forget, if you are in the UK and you can gift aid it, then tick the gift aid option and add an extra little boost on top of that, courtesy of the taxman. I'm hoping so, David, but we'll just have to roll on in whatever case. Right, let's come back to the big screen, back to where we were. I think we had just picked a category, haven't we?
I think so. I think first off that the actual, broadcast version of 500 questions would be infinitely better if Richard Quest just absolutely lost it at least once an episode.
Just every once in a while, yeah. There is an actual quiz going on. There is indeed, Samster. Yeah, we kind of forgot that that's a thing happening. So should be a question coming up in a moment. I forget what category we're on. Oh yeah, it looks like it's sort of UK politics. Yes, indeed it is. UK politics was picked, and things just sort of got in the way. So, Lucario, back to you. Question is, hopefully, if I press the right button, is this. Hugh Grant portrayed which controversial politician in the 2018 BBC miniseries A Very English Scandal? 10 seconds.
Tony Blair, John Major, and Profumo. Dreyfus? No, I don't know.
Oh, we're going straight into a strike after all that madness. Oh my god. It is a wrong answer. No answer there. Anybody in chat know the answer to that question there? Anonyman actually getting that one right in chat. Yes, it is Jeremy Thorpe we're looking for there. Jeremy Thorpe. So, there is a strike on the board that we need to clear out. What are we doing to do that? Where are we going to clear and right that wrong?
Let's go snooker, please.
Going to snooker. Question is, After Ronnie O'Sullivan, which snooker player has made the most appearances in the final of the Masters tournament? 10 seconds.
Mark Selby, Neil Robertson, White, Harriet Davis, Hendry, Higgins.
Getting it in there, yes. Stephen Hendry, the correct answer. Ronnie has appeared in the final of the Masters 13 times, winning on 7 of those occasions. Then Hendry has made the final 9 times, winning 6 times in total. He has, however, won more snooker world championships than any other player in the modern era, winning a total of 7, including 5 within a row between 89 and 93. Got the answer right, not the first bounce, but we at least clear that wrong from the board, which is what we like to see. Let's keep going. Where next?
Back to UK politics, please.
Back to UK politics. Question is, Sarah Clark currently occupies which official position within the House of Lords? 10 seconds.
Usher, Speaker,
Prompt Usher.
Chairman. Sorry?
Prompt Usher.
Lady Usher? Main Usher?
Anybody, proofers want to try and, yeah, that's my inclination, is to not accept on just Usher, I'm afraid. That is part of the title, but it's not the key part of the title that we're looking for. Yeah.
Is it Black Rod?
It is Black Rod, yeah, that's the key part of it we're looking for. Usher, unfortunately, not enough to accept, even with Lady Usher on top of that. So, yeah, unfortunately, can't accept that. Is a wrong answer. 1 strike on the board back again. So, we need to write that wrong. Not doing too well in UK politics, so maybe want to steer clear of that. Still quite a few categories we've not touched yet, though. Where do you want to go?
Go back to snooker, please.
Let's go back to snooker. Question. What is the name of the venue in Sheffield where the World Snooker Championship traditionally takes place? 10 seconds.
So, good job, I'm from Sheffield, isn't it? It's the Crucible.
Yeah. Of course it's the Crucible Theatre. Very much so. Write that wrong. Another 1,000 added to your total. 5,000 away from 300,000 in your fake balance. And we've righted that wrong. That's what we like to see. Next category. Where are we going?
UK politics again, please.
UK politics. Let's see if we do a bit better on this one. When the coalition government was formed in 2010, what governmental office was held by Nick Clegg? 10 seconds.
Deputy Prime Minister.
Yep, perfect answer, yes. Another 1,000 added. Let's keep going. 390, your personal question count now, so 10 away from 400 questions. Just crazy for me to even say that out loud. Lucario, where next?
I really don't like getting up to the milestones because it's pressure when we get close. Let's finish off UK politics, please.
Finishing off the category with a top 10 challenge. Now, this is interesting. We have True Anonyman currently on the sideline here that could participate. Depends on whether Lucario would like to play or pass this top 10 on UK politics. Now, looking at the sort of track record there, you are on a 50-50 performance.
I am.
So, what do you want to do here, Lucario? Would you like to play this, or would you like to pass this?
It's a tough one. I'll still play it. I'll play it myself.
You're going to play it yourself. Okay, so True Anonyman, you are still sitting here no matter what. Lucario, name 5 of the 10 in this question coming up within 15 seconds. Good luck. Name 5 of the 10 most recent UK leaders of the opposition. 15 seconds.
Miliband, Corbyn, Starmer, Howard, Kinnock, Foot, Haig.
You got that in before I heard the bwong, so I will mark it correct.
Oh.
You got that very, very close there, mate. Oh, goodness me.
Oh.
Wow. Very, very close. And yeah, I was worried about the mic cutting out as well, Inky, yeah. But luckily we managed to get the 5th answer in there just in time. Just want to check, because I did only see 5 answers there, but did you say any of the others that are in red here? Harriet Harman, David Cameron, IDS in Duncan Smith,
No, I
John
think
Major,
that was the. Oh wow, I missed some.
and Tony Blair.
These ones. No, I only said those 5. I didn't think
Okay.
of the ones that had actually been.
Okay, that's
So
fine.
I think-
Because I was hearing kind of what Inca was hearing, where it sounded like your mic just cut out briefly on Discord.
Sorry, we did it.
It's not your problem. That would be more a Discord problem.
Right.
So, okay, David. I swear they should be coming through. Okay, but because I did do a restart of the game before everything, so it should have downloaded the questions. I'll have a look in a moment. I'll have a look at the end of this 50 and see what we're doing. Let's move on then. Trinon, you're still on the sideline. Let's keep going. And Lucario, we're next.
Okay, let's try Doctor Who, please.
Doctor Who. It is a battle. So, True Nonoman, you will be required right now on this battle on Doctor Who. How are you on your Doctor Who, Nonoman?
I have a feeling that my Doctor Who loving friends are going to be ashamed of me if they ever, by some weird coincidence, end up watching back the VOD of this stream, because this is probably not going to go super well, but we will see.
We shall see. So, dim the lights. And again, Lucario, you have control, so would you like to lead or follow in this battle?
I mean, it's not worked twice now, but let's still follow. I'll still follow.
You are going to follow. All right. Question for Anonymous answering first then is this. Name the 22 non-Doctor actors who have received star billing in the opening titles of an episode of Doctor Who since the 2005 revival. We are after the 22 named actors who have appeared on any of the opening title sequences of an episode since 2005 other than a Doctor, just as a reminder. Trinonon, you're answering first, 5 seconds.
Billy Piper.
Yes.
Karen Gillan.
Yes.
Rima Agie Man.
Yeah.
Catherine Tate.
Yes.
John Hurt.
Afraid not.
Who am I getting it mixed up with? I'm getting it mixed up with someone else, aren't I?
Well, I think what you're mixing it with is on that one is he's a doctor, not a non-doctor. He is the war doctor, if memory serves. So I'm afraid it falls foul on that extra criteria we had of that you could not name doctor actors, I'm afraid. So I'm afraid it is a wrong answer, Anonymous. We will be saying goodbye to you very shortly. You've been here for the longest so far, so you can take that with you right now. It is a win for Lucario. Lucario, did you have any other names in the bank?
Walsh, I don't know. I was really running out.
Ooh. Well, let's have a look at all the other possible answers we've got there. John Barrowman, Kylie Minogue was one of the special guest stars. Elizabeth Sladen, John Sim, Bernard Cribbins, Alex Kingston, Pearl Mackie, Matt Lucas, Mark Gattis, Bradley Walsh, gotta be, Amanda Gill, Tosin Cole, and John Bishop as well. All up there that were featured at the top billing in one of the new Who Doctors. So, Anonyman, we have to say goodbye right now, but very well played getting up to this point. Hope you have fun.
I did. Goodbye, and thanks for the game, and best of luck making it to 500.
Thanks, Anonymous.
All right, take care, Anonyman. We'll see you later. And we are through that battle unscathed. 392 your personal question total, 8 away from 400. Where do you want to go next?
Can I go back to Doctor Who, please?
You can indeed. The question is, when Doctor Who was relaunched in 2005, which villain was the focus of the first episode Rose? 10 seconds.
I don't know. Those mannequins. I don't know that one.
Yeah, difficult on this. Getting it wrong, no answer at all. Anybody in chat know this one? Hologro, immediately, right at the beginning there, it is indeed the Autons, or you could also said the Nestine Consciousness as well as sort of the big band of the episode, but the ones you sort of, the worker bands were the Autons, the living plastic powered by TNC. So there is a wrong on the board back again, but plenty of categories to pick from here to right that wrong. Where do you want to go?
Just snooker, please.
Snooker. Triple threat to keep you in the game here. 3 right in 10 seconds on this question. Name the 3 countries other than England which have been the home countries of World Snooker Champions since 2000. 10 seconds.
Australia, Scotland, Ireland, Northern Ireland, Wales.
Yes! Just enumerate all of the big countries and you'll get there, absolutely. 3,000 added to your total, writing that wrong as well. 301,000 fake dollars in the bank right now. Let's go. Don't need to go through the answers, of course, because you're all 3. Mark Williams for Wales, Graham Dott and John Higgins for Scotland, and Neil Robertson, of course, for Australia. So doing well there, and you have righted that wrong. Where next?
Doctor Who again, please.
Go Doctor Who. That was sort of well timed. We had a subscription as soon as I
Keep
clicked
on
that.
rolling, Lou.
Chris M. Dixon with a 13-month resub there. Keep on rolling, Lou. Thank you very much for that subscription and also for the cheer towards Lucario as well. While I'm actually at this point, let me quickly check to see if there are any other donations that have occurred since the spamming of the hype train earlier. There was also a Freighter K. I've completely missed this one. You say you do think it's time for some Richard Quest. Was that a redemption then of the reward? That it's not telling me that was a redemption of the reward. Let's have a look. Oh yes, incentives. Oh, there's a couple here that say incentives on them that I've not seen. That's my bad for not seeing that there's an extra column that says that. So what have we got? We've got a Reader's Richard Quest. We've got how many do I need to do? I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got 3 to do as Richard Quest. Okay. The next 3 we're going to do a sort of weird, gruff Richard Quest type kind of voice. So let's try and do that with the next 3 questions. First one on Doctor Who is this. Tom Baker played the 4th Doctor from 1974 until 1981, where he was replaced by whom as the 5th Doctor? 10 seconds.
Davison, Baker.
That it was. That it was, Peter Davison, yes. Adding another 1,000 to the total. And what's your next pick?
I'm just trying to think which is the best category to pick with a funny voice. No, let's do Doctor Who again, please.
Going back to Doctor Who. Taking the form of a 1960s police box, Doctor Who's TARDIS is an acronym of what 6-word phrase? 10 seconds.
Time and relative dimension in space.
Absolutely. Another 1,000 on the board, 303,000 in the bank. And one more in this very gruff voice that's going to wreck my vocal cords.
Let's go to wine, please.
Wine! That's exactly what I need right now. Which very popular wine variety has a name that roughly translates into English as wild white vine? 10 seconds.
Zinfandel? No. What is this? I think I know it just as the time I know.
What do you think it is?
Sauvignon Blanc.
That it is Sauvignon Blanc, the answer looking for there. And now I can return to my natural voice again. So yeah, there's a little taster here for you for my crazy Richard Questing abilities. I don't know if it's any good or not, but there you go nonetheless. Thank you very much for those redemptions that I've just noticed. So Sauvignon Blanc was the correct answer there. We're looking for 1 strike on the board that we need to write. Where are we going to do that?
Can we finish off snooker, please, Ash?
We can indeed. The last question in the snooker category. In the pocket money round of the snooker quiz show Big Break, what category of question was asked if the green ball was missed? 10 seconds.
History, geography, science and nature, television, culture, words, spelling.
You went through a great set of answers there, but unfortunately did not hit the one that counted. Twitch chat, anybody know what it is? Not pass, it's not sport, it's not potluck. Potluck is a red. It's not sport, it's not places, it's not math. It's not film, television, that would have been on the black. Quizzle says it. Music was the correct answer looking for there on the green. It is one of those very rare balls that gets missed or attempted even anyway on a big break board, table even. But that was the answer we looked for, was music. Now, Miss Green indeed, Puzzle and we are in a rather missed situation. 2 strikes on the board. We don't want to make it one more, otherwise you are gone. We don't want to make that happen, but because we are now in 2-strike territory, means we have to invite someone over to decide your fate. Who is going to be the one to decide the next question? Car the 7th has been picked to decide your fate on the next question. So please, Car, could you make your way to the green room? And we'll get you sound checked. There we go. I'm just going to get a sip of water to try and lubricate the vocal cords that I've completely wrecked already. Car, welcome to the studio. How you doing?
Hello.
Hello there. So, you've been brought in to decide the fate of Lucario on this in this situation here. It is on 2 strikes. Do you think you know which category will take down Lucario?
There would be some irony in this because it was my pack that he started this one on.
So, which category are you going to pick here, Lucario? Sorry, Car, for Lucario.
I'm going to try wine.
Wine. It is a standard question. So, Lucario, you need this right to stay in the game. Your question is, Marlborough is a prominent winemaking region in which country? 10 seconds.
Australia, New Zealand, Chile, Argentina.
New Zealand, the correct answer, yes. Pretty much a just press and guess winemaking regions and you probably get it right. And you went the right way to start with in that part of the world as well. Adding, well, not adding any thousands, should I say, because it was the second answer you gave, but at least clearing those strikes from the board. 399 questions you have now seen, Lucario. So this next one coming up is your 400th. Car, you can just sit tight for a little bit. We'll need you in a little bit when it comes to a battle or possible top 10 or another 2-strike situation. But for now, just sit tight. And yes, your 400th question, Lucario. What shall it be?
Let's go back to wine, please.
Back to the wine. Question. What name derived from the Greek for wine is given to the science and study of wine and wine making? 10 seconds.
Oenology.
That is correct, yeah. I have it pronounced as enology, but you've given me, phonetically plausible with whatever's up there as well. And yes, it's very distinct from viticulture, which some people may have given as an answer, because that there is the science of growing and cultivating grapes, and also probably not derived from Greek for wine either. So, Lucario, you're now 80% of the way there. 400 questions now seen. We're now on the home stretch. 100 questions left. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling all right. I think my goal was to do one board today, so I've beaten that. So everything I do now is a bonus, really.
All right. Let me just sort something else out while I'm thinking about it there. And let's move on. We're now into your final 100. Where do you want to go next?
I'll have wine again, please.
Wine. It's a triple threat. So 3 correct in 10 seconds on this question. As well as seeing. Name the other 4 S's of wine tasting. This is according to Leslie Sprocco, author of The Simple and Savvy Wine Guide, Buying, Pairing and Sharing for All. 10 seconds.
Smelling. No, I don't know. Sipping and something.
Sipping was yes, but you missed the third one, although I think it was possibly on the tip of your tongue. Ralph has got it. Coolio has got it. The last thing is to swirl. Swirling is what we're looking for there. So not all 3 gained, which does mean there is a strike on the board. 401 questions down, 1 strike back on the board, but we can very easily clear that wrong somehow. So we're now 69 500 questions of this set. Nice. Where do you want to go next, Lucario?
I don't know. Let's finish off Doctor Who, please.
Doctor Who. Last question in this category is: in the new Who Season 2 finale, the Daleks and the Cybermen meet and do battle in which area of London? 10 seconds.
The sewers, is it? Or is it London Eye, Buckingham Palace, Pall Mall?
Some good answers. Not one we were looking for, though. Anybody in chat know the answer? Ralph getting it on the nose, as well as Dylan as well. We're looking for Canary Wharf as the answer there. Canary Wharf. And we are once again in scary territory. We're back on 2 strikes. So, Car, we're coming back to you again in a moment to decide the fate of Lucario moving on. But I did hear a ding.wav, which means we have a donation that has come from Jonathan Bressler, JB, with a £4 donation. Says, I challenge everyone else to donate £4 to celebrate Lucario hitting 400. Very appreciated donation there. And yes, if you do want to participate in a sort of £4 hype train for Lucario reaching 400 questions, then by all means see if you can match that, or any other kind of donation that you can make. Whatever it is, it'll all be amazing going to Mind. Information is in the donate command if you need to do that. Right, tense situation here. Car, we come to you now. You get to decide the next category. So what shall it be?
I'll go with classical music.
Classical music, it's a regular question, so that does mean, Lucario, you just need to answer this correctly to stay in the game. Your question, Lucario, is: which Russian composer who was denounced in Pravda wrote the suites The Unforgettable Year 1919 and The Gadfly? 10 seconds.
Shostakovich, Rachmaninoff.
Perfect answer, yes! Dmitry Shostakovich was the perfect answer there. He hasn't in this case, Shapes. I'm not going to say any more than that. Clear the strikes from the board, add 1,000 to the total. 305,000 now in your bank. And Car, that was your second pick of category on 2 strikes. So if that happens a third time, then we'll be forcibly dismissing you if Lucario were to succeed in that situation. But for now, you're still here as a sideline player, so still sits tight. Lucario, you're back in control of the game again. Where do you want to go next?
Finish off the wine, please.
Finishing off the wine. And the last question in wine is: what word is most commonly used to describe wine which has been tainted by TCA or similar chemical compounds? 10 seconds.
Tannins? No, I don't know.
I think it was on the tip of your tongue, but I didn't hear the full word come out.
Oh, I said cork. Did that not come through? I don't know if that was...
Oh, that was a Discord blip, was it? I mean, I heard cut, but I didn't hear anything else. If that was a Discord blip, like, genuinely... Did he
Yes,
actually...
I said cork.
You genuinely said cork, then that is correct, then. So that's the first proper Discord blip we've had today, then. And I will take your word on that. And yes, corked is correct, or corked taint is the answer. Yeah. Whew. Bit of a breath sigh there, because that would have been a bit harsh to mark that wrong if you actually did genuinely say it. Right, we're continuing on. And your next category on 404, we're definitely found. We're not found. We are definitely found at the moment. We've finished off the wine and the snooker and Doctor Who and politics.
Let's go English counties, please.
English counties. It is a top 10 challenge on 0 strikes. So you can either take this yourself or you can give Car a go. What do you want to do?
Take this on, please.
You're going to play this yourself. Okay. So need to give me 5 correct answers of 10 in 15 seconds on the following. Name 5 of the 10 most populous ceremonial counties in England. This is according to a mid-2019 UK population estimate. 15 seconds.
Lincolnshire, Leicestershire, Lancashire, Essex, Kent, Greater London, Hampshire, South
the
Yorkshire,
one,
North
yes.
Yorkshire.
Great answers there. South Yorkshire also on that list as well. Yes. Not North Yorkshire, though. But great answers there. Another 1,000 added to your total. The other ones we had were Greater Manchester, Merseyside, South Yorkshire, West Midlands, and West Yorkshire that you could have also given as well as a valid answer. Great knowledge. Great knowledge there. Great answering. Another 1,000 added to your total. 306,000 in your fake bank there, and still plodding along. 95 questions left until you hit 500.
Go the Bible, please.
Bible. First question in the Bible category. In the Revelation of John, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse are pestilence, famine, war, and which other? 10 seconds.
Death.
Yes, indeed it is. Nice and simple. Can't complain with that answer. Another 1,000 added. And your next category.
Bible again, please.
Going back to the Bible. According to 2 of the Gospels, what was the name of the garden where Jesus was arrested the night before his crucifixion? 10 seconds.
Gethsemane.
Another perfect answer again. Another 1,000 added to your total. And plodding on nicely. Back to the Bible.
Please.
All right. And the question is, according to the book of Exodus, upon which mountain did Moses receive the 10 commandments? 10 seconds.
Zion, Mount Ararat.
Oh, shit. That's my bad.
Oh, sorry.
That is my bad. I heard Zion and I just sort of went automatic mode into that. Shoot. Oh, that isn't my bad. That is actually a fault on the judging side. So... I guess what we'll do is I'm going to mark it neutral because I can do that, and we'll see what happens on the next question. Because if you get the next question right, then it all rights the wrongs anyway. Okay. But we'll see what I do, because it also stopped you from answering because I dinged when I shouldn't have done. So yeah, I think the best thing to do right now is just leave it as we'll just play it out as a leave as neutral response. And we'll see what happens. I apologise that happened. I do apologise that did happen. I just went into automatic pilot mode on that one. But yeah, we'll just see how this plays out. If you get a right on this next one, then the problem sort of resolves itself. Just because you wouldn't have gotten the 1,000 because you didn't get it on the first bounce anyway. So we'll see what happens. What do you want to do on the next one?
I'll go MCU, please.
MCU. Question is, Rosemary Harris, Sally Field, and Marissa Tomei have all portrayed which Marvel character on the big screen? 10 seconds.
Aunt May.
There we go. That fixes that problem.
Yeah, that's it.
Perfectly fixes that problem there. 1,000 added to your total. I would have righted any wrongs that you did have after that anyway, so we can just all breathe a sigh of relief that we don't have to get the the production legal team back in place.
Big asterisk over it, but
yeah, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. We can, yeah, S&P sits back down. They really do. As you were, let's move on, and I'm going to try not to make many judging blunders like that. Where next?
I'll go for the Bible, please.
The Bible. Question is, in the book of Genesis, the wife of which biblical character was turned into a pillar of salt after looking back at Sodom? 10 seconds.
Lot.
Lot is correct. Another 1,000 added. 310,000 now in your bank. 410 in your personal. 500. And you're 90 away now from completing 500.
Let's go to Shakespeare's works, please.
Starting off now with Shakespeare's works, your first in that category is... What is the name of the fool whose skull Hamlet addresses in the opening of Act 5 of Hamlet? 10 seconds.
Yorick?
Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. Another 1,000 added. And swiftly moving along. You haven't touched video games yet. Are you sort of leaving that, or...?
I'll keep that to myself, I think, whether that's a good or a bad.
Strategies is what we'd like to see.
Yeah, strategy. Shakespeare's works again, please.
As I say, I need to play more and more into the strategy as we go further and further into the game. But this is a battle!
Hi.
So, hello, Carl. We do have to bring you into the game right now against Lucario. It is a battle on Shakespeare's works. Now, we did have a sort of Shakespeare's battle in the last 500. So, might be interesting to see what happens with this battle instead. Dim the lights. Lucario, your decision as always. Lead or follow?
Follow, please.
Follow. So, Carl, you are answering first on this. Name the 22 characters listed in the dramatis personae of Romeo and Juliet. We are after any of the 22 characters named in the dramatis personae of Romeo and Juliet according to the Odoms and Blackwell 1947 edition of the complete works of William Shakespeare, excluding 3 musicians, citizens of Verona, and chorus. Any other answers, though, are accepted. Carl, you're answering first. 5 seconds.
Romeo.
Yes.
Juliet.
Yes.
Tybalt.
Yes.
Mercutio.
Yes.
The Duke of Verona.
I'm just having a look at the list that I have in here in front of me here.
Ooh.
I can't see this on this list, so I am marking that one as a wrong and do not have any other variations to say that I can accept Duke of Verona, I'm afraid. Wrong answer, which means we're going to be saying goodbye to you in a moment, Car. I thought that battle was going to last a little longer, but hence not. No, there is a prince of Verona.
Thinking a joke and print, yeah.
However, even that is not listed here, which is very interesting. So I don't know exactly who that maps to on this list. We are definitely lost in Verona, apparently, Topper. So that does mean Lucario wins the battle. Means Carl will be dismissed in a moment. 1,000 added to the total. All the other options we've got are Aeschylus, Paris, Lord Montague, Lord Capulet, an old man, Benvolio, Friar Lawrence, Friar John, Balthazar, Samson, Gregory, Peter, Abraham, an apothecary, of course, Page, Lady Montague, Lady Capulet, and Nurse. Oh, Aeschylus is the prince. Okay. There wasn't any extra information apparently to say that that was the prince, so... okay.
I don't know. I thought he wasn't named. He just said he was Prince of Verona.
Mm-hmm. So, that is that battle there. Lucario is still in. Car, unfortunately, failed to eliminate Lucario this time round, but I hope you had fun.
Yeah, it's good.
All right. Well, thank you very much for playing, and we'll catch you later. Take care, Car.
Bye.
All right, bye. And Lucario still going strong. 412 questions in. And still moving on. How are you feeling right now, Lucario?
I'm feeling okay. I think this is probably like the midpoint of halfway between the nerves of having started and the nerves of getting up towards like a significant number. But yeah, all right for now, I think. Okay.
So where are we going next? We have no strikes on the board, so there's no real amount of risk right now.
Let's go to video games, please.
Okay, we are going to start off with the video games. Question is, Booker DeWitt is charged with rescuing Elizabeth from the city of Columbia in which 2013 FPS sequel? 10 seconds.
Bioshock Infinite.
Great answer, yes. Another 1,000 added. And we keep going.
Up to English counties, please.
English counties. Question. The home counties are the English counties that surround which city? 10 seconds.
London.
It is London, yes.
Yeah.
Now, This was a question that we actually had swapped out at last moment, but apparently, for some reason, my system has not downloaded them properly. So it's not going to affect too much more of this particular 50, but future ones it is going to. Now, there is a restore function, if I remember rightly, and we might be able to make that happen. So, but the problem is that if I do that, there is also the risk that the entire game gets nuked, and I don't really want that to happen either. Because while this is live, I like to keep it live. When we get to the end of the 50, we'll see what we can do. I'll see if I can force a question download without having to do a restart of the game, because I might be able to do that. And then, yeah, we'll cross that bridge whenever we need, if we need to. If it ends up having to do a bit of dev stream to fix it, then so be it. But we'll see what happens when we get there. For now, let's keep going. We've still got 18 questions left in this 52 play out. Where are we going next?
Classical music, please.
Classical music is a top 10 challenge. So, first of all, we do have to decide a sideline player for you, even if you decide not to pass it on to them. So let's find out who the sideline player could be taking on this question. We have picked Ralph. The Lupine 1 has been picked to be the sideline player going forward. So, Ralph, please make your way through to the green room and get your sound checked and get you into the game. Oh, I'm running out of water. Nearly at the end of this 100, which is perfect timing for that then. Don't forget to hydrate out there for those people as well that are watching along at home. We are now about 2 hours into the stream, so yeah, hope you've already consumed the right amount of liquid that is appropriate. Ralph, good afternoon. Welcome to the studio. How you doing?
Good afternoon, Rash.
Hello, hello, hello. It's a lovely new avatar you've got there, might I say?
Yeah. It's done well so far. It won on its first showing on Google VAT earlier this week.
So you're hoping that good luck will continue on here into 500 questions?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's see if we can. So, Nakari, you do have the decision here. Would you like to play or pass on this top 10 in classical music?
I'll play, please.
You are going to play yourself. So, Ralph, you're just going to be sitting tight for a little bit. You may be participating later on in the battle or when we get to two-strike situation. 5 of 10 in 15 seconds here, Lucario. Here's the question. Hopefully, if I press the right button. Other than Tchaikovsky, name 5 of the 10 composers who featured in the top 20 of the Classic FM Hall of Fame 2021. 15 seconds.
Beethoven, Mozart, Liszt, Vaughan Williams, Schumann, Schubert, Brahms, Shostakovich, Rachmaninoff, Prokofiev, Bach.
Can someone roll back the video on that? I think I possibly missed 1, maybe 2 answers. I just want to make sure. Because I was jumping around there and I've clicked 3. And I just want to make sure if there were 2 others or not before we move on. Possibly 1, possibly 2. I'm not entirely sure. So just waiting for some verification on that one, because there's a lot for me to jump across here, because unfortunately these ones are ordered by first and last name alphabetically, so it's a bit hard for me to jump around. So just going to wait for someone to give me a verification on things. So he did say Mozart, so I can click that button. I thought he did, but I was just not entirely sure that was the case. I'm just waiting for, because I currently have messaging from Inca right now, who's just testing it. So we have the team, we have proofers currently live helping us out, checking things out, and I want to do this above board, especially with my judging fault earlier. He said Rachmaninoff, he said Vaughan Williams, those ones are ones I've marked correctly. I've also marked Beethoven. Those are the 4 so far. Just waiting for one more just in case. Inca says just though 4, Score says 3. Sorry, Whiskers, you have to wait for a moment, okay? So Inca says 4. I agree 4. Score says 4. Ben says 4. Mozart, Beethoven, Vaughan Williams, and Rachmaninoff are the ones I heard. Yes. Oh, well, I heard 3 of them. One of them was a bit iffy on. I was just making sure. Okay. Based on that, then, I'm going to judge that you got 4 of 5 correct. You did not get all 5, I'm afraid, in the time Lucario. So, there is going to be a wrong on the board. The other answers you could have gone for were Edward Elgar, Antonio Vivaldi, Gustav Holst. Then we've got Antonin Dvorak. Oh, well, I definitely fixed that character last night. John Williams and Carl Jenkins, because I removed the R. Changed the R to a non-diacritic R because it's missing in that font. I definitely fixed that, so I don't know why the question database is running on an old set, like even it's not even downloaded today's set for some reason. Okie dokie. That's definitely something for me to debug at the end of this 50 when we get to the break. We will sort it all out. Don't worry, folks. Thank you very much, Inca and Score and Royal for helping live test the answers that Lucario gave there. Appreciate that. We need to write that wrong though, Lucario. Where do we want to go to do that?
Let's try video games, please.
Video games. Question is, which company developed the multiplayer online battle arena game League of Legends? 10 seconds.
Riot Games.
Is correct, yes. Write that wrong, add 1,000 to the board. 315,000 now in your bank. Still playing strong here. Where do you want to go next?
Let's try classical music, please.
Classical music. Question is, although it is dedicated to an archduke, what nickname is given to Beethoven's 5th piano concerto? 10 seconds.
Moonlight Sonata, or the release. The Emperor. It's Emperor.
It is the Emperor Concerto, yeah. Yes. Well plucked out there just at the nick of time. It's not your first guess, so no extra money, but it does keep you strikeless. Good answer there. Where next?
Classical music again, please.
Classical music for the 4th time. The question is, representing an invading army, Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture contains which country's current national anthem? 10 seconds.
Russia, Ukraine, France, Germany.
France is correct, yes. Now, while the overture does also contain God Save the Tsar, which at the time of composing was the Russian national anthem, it is not supposed to represent any sort of invading army. It is also no longer the Russian national anthem, as a new one was commissioned in 1990 to distance Russia from its Soviet past. Good answer, keeps you in the game. Where next?
And we finish off classical music, please.
Finishing off the category with this. The tone poem Also sprach Zarathustra by Richard Strauss was used to great effect in the opening titles of which epic 1968 film? 10 seconds.
2001: A Space Odyssey.
Of course it is. Da 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 dom 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 dom. We all know it. It's been cited multiple times in pop culture beyond that as well. You only need to know that bit. So next question. We now gotten rid of classical music. What's the next category going to be?
Let's do Shakespeare, please.
Shakespeare's works. Question. What is the only official royal title the lead character of the Scottish play has at its opening? 10 seconds.
Duke. Duke of Glamis, the Thane of Glamis.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah, the Thane is what we're looking for there of Glamis. Good pull there. Again, not your first guess, but enough to keep you strikeless. And you are now at 420 questions. 420 questions now complete. Yeah, that's what I'm really confused by, Score, because that is an edited question. We fixed that one up, so I really don't know what's going on. 12 questions left in this 50. Where do you want to go next?
We have MCU, please.
MCU. This is a battle on the MCU. So, Ralph, hello. You need to come into the game here. How do you feel? It's an MCU question. Do you know your MCU?
The only MCU film I've ever watched is Avengers Assemble.
All right. Well, it might be enough to help you through this question. Let's find out. Lucario, what do you want to do? Would you like to lead or follow in this battle?
Follow, please.
You're going to follow. So, Ralph, you're answering first on this mammoth question. Name the 54 actors credited in the closing credit sequence of Avengers Endgame. We are after any of the 54 primary actors whose names appear in the closing montage of the 2019 movie Avengers Endgame. Good luck to you both. Ralph, you're starting. 5 seconds.
Chris Evans.
Yes.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yes.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, we mentioned him earlier, didn't we?
Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
Mark Ruffalo.
Yes.
Sebastian Stan.
Yes.
Chris Hemsworth.
Yes.
Bradley Cooper.
Yes.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes.
Jeremy Renner.
Yes.
Brie Larson.
Yes.
Paul Bettany.
Just say that one again, sorry.
Paul Bettany.
I've got a long list to check through here, so I just want to make sure I'm not missing it. Can't see it, I'm afraid. I cannot see that name on my list. There is a Paul, but not that Paul you gave me, I'm afraid. Oh, goodness me. Ben in chat here, since he wrote this question, this is a real point of contention because Vision wasn't in the credits for, well, spoiler reasons, apparently. So I'm afraid that's a wrong answer, Lucario. Otherwise, would have been a good guess in the MCU, but was not one of the 54 we had on our list. So there is a strike on the board. Ralph, you survived the battle there. How do you feel?
Well, the only name I had left was Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin, yes, indeed, would have been up there as Thanos. Let's go through a few of the answers there. Don Cheadle, Paul Rudd, Tom Holland, Tom Hiddleston, John Slattery, John Favreau, Sean Gunn, Frank Grillo, Josh Brolin, Robert Redford, and you got all of those last ones there. Well, it is a strike on the board after that epic battle there for Lucario. You need to right that wrong somehow, Lucario. What do you want to do to get that off the board?
Go to video games, please.
Video games. Oh, back-to-back battles. Wow. So, does mean, Ralph, you're back again?
Hey!
Hello again. So, back-to-back battles with one strike on the board is very interesting territory. Twitch chat, am I still there? I did notice I just dropped a couple of frames. I'm hoping I'm still there. Give me a yay if I'm still there. So, again, Lucario, you get to decide, would you like to lead or follow in this battle?
Follow, please.
You do want to follow. All right, let's make that happen then. So, Ralph, you are answering first on this. Name the 20 playable characters in Mario Kart Double Dash. We are looking for the 20 characters which the player can choose as a racer, as in the game Mario Kart Double Dash, released on the Nintendo GameCube in 2003. Ralph, you're answering first. 5 seconds.
Mario.
Yes.
Luigi.
Yes.
Bowser.
Yes.
Princess Peach.
Yes.
Daisy.
Yes.
Wario.
Yes.
Waluigi.
Yes.
Yoshi.
Yes.
Birdo.
Yes.
Toadette.
Yes.
Toad.
Yes.
Donkey Kong.
Yes.
Diddy Kong.
Yes.
King Boo.
Yes.
P.T. Piranha.
Nice.
Hooper Trooper.
Yeah.
Paratrooper.
Yes.
Baby Luigi.
Yes.
Baby Mario.
Yes.
Chain Chomp. No, I don't know.
So close! So close to a complete battle! You are missing one of the children. One of the children we did not name here. Anybody in chat tracking? Which one did we miss? Anybody name? Topper's sort of got it, although it's not exactly the title I have here. It is Bowser Jr. We're looking for there as our final answer on the board. Bowser Jr. Wow, that was so close on that battle there. But Ralph, you are a victor once again.
Wow, and I'm playing for the ultimate title, the one who knocks out Lucario from the chair.
Indeed you are, and you have done it in flying colours here. 2 battles back to back, and in 2-strike situation now. Because you have done that, means you now have the ability to pick the next category to decide Lucario's fate. Well, this has all gone very tense all of a sudden. Ralph, there's not many categories to pick from, to be honest, because we only have 10 left in this 50. Which category do you think is going to knock Lucario out?
I will go for the Bible.
The Bible. Now, it's gone 4 for 4 at the moment, but it could be a stumper at the end. The Bible. It's another battle! 3 battles in a row! It's a triple battle! So, we are playing another battle, this one to decide the fate of both of you in this game. Lucario is playing to survive to continue their streak to 500. Ralph is playing to try to defeat Lucario and start their own 500. Well, here we go. Lucario is in the driving seat here and gets to decide. Would you like to lead or follow in this battle, Lucario?
Again, I'll follow, please.
You are going to follow. So Ralph is going to start off on this very crucial deciding battle. Name the 22 New Testament books that follow Acts. This is any of the last 22 books from the New Testament as listed in the New King James Version of the Bible. Book names that share a common name but have different ordinal or numbered prefixes will appear separately on this list. Therefore, you must give the ordinal or numbered prefix with the book name if it has one. Ralph, you are going first. 5 seconds.
Revelation.
Yes.
Jude.
Yes.
1 Romans.
You put a number there that shouldn't have been there, Ralph!
I sure did I name the Old Testament that
it's just Romans. There's no 1 Romans. It's just Romans, I'm afraid. So I cannot accept that because I was requiring the full titles of each book. And I said you must give the ordinal number prefix if it has one. Romans does not have it, so I'm afraid that is a wrong answer. Oh, Ralph! Ralph. Wow.
Now, chat's hearts are going to be bleeding for me there.
Everybody in chat is just like, oh my god, I can't believe that happened. It's just, yeah. Very unlucky for Ralph. Very lucky here for Lucario, given a saving grace there on that battle. Oh, wow. Unlucky, Ralph. Really much. Very unlucky there. But what it does mean is Lucario clears the strikes, adds 1,000 to the board, and stays in the game. Let's have a look at the other answers that could have been. So it is just Romans. There's 1 and 2 Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1 and 2 Thessalonians, 1 and 2 Timothy, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews, James, 1 and 2 Peter, 1, 2 and 3 John, the other ones there you could have gone for. Ralph, you fought an absolutely mammoth battle there. Pretty much the only time we've had it with, we've had 3 back-to-back battles. You managed to win the first 2 to gain control of picking the category, and then on the last one, falling to a bit of hard luck there by giving me a number where there shouldn't have been. How do you feel?
I think I got my testaments mixed up.
Unlucky there, Ralph, but I hope you had fun here.
Yeah, thanks, I guess.
It is a bit of a sour note, I suppose, a bit of a salty note, but thank you very much for playing, Ralph. I hope you do well, and we'll catch you later. Take care.
Okay.
Bye. Oh, you got a feel for Ralph on that one there, don't you, Lucario?
Yeah, fair play. I think that must be the closest I've been to being knocked out.
That definitely has been a very close situation where it could have been that Lucario could have been out of here, but just due to a slight technicality where the number shouldn't have been there, it's all kept you in the game. Lucario's given you sort of your last life, as it were. You're on your last legs.
Yeah. I mean, must have had at least 9 by now.
This is your 10th now. 423 questions in. 9 left in this 50 before we take our first break of the stream. I think I heard a ding as we went into one of those battles there, so let me quickly catch up on that. Press refresh on this iPad here. What did we get? We got another donation there from JB, £5, saying, "What is happening?" I mean, I agree. What the hell is happening? You all saw it, and we've managed to survive the battle somehow. A bit very unlucky for Ralph in that situation, but very lucky for Lucario in a different way. So, 9 questions left here, Lucario. Which category do you want to pick?
Let's see if I can make it 4 battles in a row. Let's go English counties, please.
English counties for the battle. No, it isn't. It's a regular question, whatever those are, and your question is, at more than double the square mileage of its closest rival, what is the largest historic county in England by area? 10 seconds.
Lincolnshire, North Yorkshire, Northumberland, Cumbria.
You said North Yorkshire. Yes, that can be accepted.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. I have just Yorkshire listed here, but I do also have an accept answer here of North Yorkshire on the end there. Yeah, absolutely fine. Not the first guess, but keeps you in the game. And your next category to pick.
Can I have Shakespeare, please?
You can indeed. Question. In which Shakespeare play does Snout play a wall? 10 seconds.
Midsummer Night's Dream.
Great guess, yes. Add 1,000 to the total, 318,000 now in the bank. And 425 now in your personal 500, 75 away from making it to the top 500. Just the 4 categories to pick from. Where next?
MCU, please.
The MCU. Question. What was the first film of Phase 3 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe following 2015's Ant-Man? 10 seconds.
Oh, God. Thor Ragnarok or Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Volume 2.
No, none of those, I'm afraid. Strike goes back on the board. Anybody in chat know the answer to this one? Bit of a tricky one, but we did give you a year to sort of work from. It's not Doctor Strange. Lavina's got it, though. It is Captain America Civil War was the answer we're looking for there. Because there's a it's like mid credit scene or possibly post credit scene at the end of Ant-Man that leads into the what happens then in Captain America Civil War into the start of Phase 3. Because they love doing that kind of thing in Marvel. There is a strike on the board. We need to clear that. We only have 4 categories to pick from. English counties and Shakespeare works, you've got 100% success rate so far. Are we going to any of those?
No, I'll go to video games, please.
Gonna go to video games. All right, question is, originally released in 2001, the video game Uplink was centered around which criminal activity? 10 seconds.
Hacking, computer hacking.
Perfect answer, yeah. Nice and simple. Write that wrong. Add another 1,000. 319,000 in the bank. 427 questions now seen. Let's keep going. Which category next?
English counties, please.
English counties. Question. In which English county is Ness Point, the most easterly point of the UK? 10 seconds.
Norfolk, Suffolk, Kent.
Suffolk
Lincolnshire.
is correct, yeah. It is in the seaside town of Lowestoft. Jeremy Clarkson once drove from Land's End to Lowestoft in a challenge to race the sun. Nothing gained on that one. It wasn't the first guess, but we keep on strikeless mode. 4 questions left in this 50.
MCU, please.
Back to the MCU, finishing that category off. Question is, which 2021 Disney Plus series focuses on 2 superpowered beings living idealized suburban lives? 10 seconds.
WandaVision.
It is indeed. I've not actually seen it myself. I don't have Disney Plus or anything like that, but it's supposed to be pretty good. Adding another 1,000 to the total, 320,000 now in your bank. Still going on, just the 3 categories to pick from now.
Let's start with English counties, please.
Finishing off English counties. The Cumberland sausage is named for an ancient county which now forms a part of which ceremonial county? 10 seconds.
Lancashire or Greater Manchester, Merseyside, Northumbria, Cumbria.
Oh, you got it just in time, yes! You did get it just in time. Cumbria is correct. I think that people in chat were just having a bit of a sort of scare there as it just blipped red. But yeah, literally on the buzzer there, getting that right. It is not your first guess, but enough to keep you strikeless. 2 away from our first break. Shakespeare's or video games?
Shakespeare first, please.
Finish off Shakespeare. Dive thoughts down to my soul, here Clarence comes. Concludes the opening soliloquy of which Shakespearean history? 10 seconds.
Richard III, Henry IV, Part 1.
Perfect guess. Perfect guess. Adds another 1,000. 321. 321 is now your current total in the bank. And the final question of this 50, before we go into the break, is on video games. And the question is, which Line of Duty and bodyguard actress voiced Lara Croft in the Tomb Raider games Legend, Anniversary, and Underworld? 10 seconds.
Healy Hawes.
It is indeed. Very well played. That is another 1,000 added to the total. 322,000 in your bank. We have seen 100 questions of this stream, which means we have seen a total of 600 across the series, across the entire series, as it were. And, well, that means you have personally now seen 432 questions, Lucario.
Wow.
Which is crazy to say, isn't it? 432 questions. And you're not faltering yet, although we did have some very close scares, it must be said.
Very shaky play.
Very, very shaky play.
Yeah.
Well, we are now at a break point, so we're going to be taking about a 15-minute break. It might take a little longer depending on what is going on with these questions, because some of those were definitely updated, but some of them definitely weren't. So we will see what we do with that. I'm just going to quickly check on the donation, see if there's anything else coming through. Nothing else on the donation front right now. But if you do want to donate, if it just cuts to me right now there. If you do want to donate, go to tinyurl.com/500QS donate. go use the donate command in chat and make any donation you wish to Mind UK via Tiltify. There are a couple of redemptions available on the website over on Tiltify. £5 if you want me to say read a question in style of Richard Quest or in a Richard Quest. £20 if you want me to just say some block of text of something. And we are trying to reach the next target, which is £1,500 to do an Ask Me Anything stream. And then further beyond, if we can get to £2,000, then I get the trumpet back out at some point in the near future and do a trumpet plays Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. Take a breather, everybody out there. We're going to take about a 15-minute break. So cut to the big screen there. Let me find what I need to do to enable BRB. I forgot how I did this in this game. BRB is that button there, and if I press continue, then it should, in theory, move on into BRB mode, but I'm not going to trust it myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate it manually. Yeah, I'm going to activate BRB manually because I don't trust it myself, actually, to be honest. I don't want to mess too much with the game right now. Just in case things go completely wrong, especially since some of the questions aren't downloading particularly correctly right now. So we're just going to go to the manual override here, turn that guy on, and turn the background on like that, which apparently is not displaying because I don't know why. Oh, because it's faded out. Let's unfade it like that. So we'll see you in about 15 minutes. I'm going to press the Pretzel Rocks music as well, get some more epic tunes on, and we'll see you later. 15 minutes, so that's going to be what? We'll say 3 o'clock. Let's just round it to 3 o'clock, and we'll be back with the next part of the stream. We'll see you then. 3 o'clock.